Rocking with us, however it is you're taking in the show, live, locked in for a full 4 hours. Y'all are the real MVPs if you can do that. And if you can, well, we kind of understand. Kids are back in school. Bosses are driving you crazy, making you go to meetings that could have been emails. All good. We understand. Hit us up on our podcast if you don't get to listen to the full show. That's the Dover and Cecil Show, wherever it is you get your podcast, or go to DenverSports.com and find all the shows in their full format. You know, one of our listeners, Cecil, on Friday, went back and listened to the podcast because it was, oh gosh, I'll have to go back and look at my Twitter. It might have been our girl Beth that was like, yo, didn't somebody call a Jahdae Barron pick 6 in the game?
Somebody did call
it. I believe his name was Justice that called that out. So a shout out to him and a big credit to our tribe going back and finding it via the podcast. So cool stuff. We are in studio today, not out at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit. They said, nope, not up in here today because they had to tell the fans a no-go. I'm just learning about this. I got a text from our boss, just like you did, that says, don't come here, go there.
Yeah.
I said, okay. I've been dealing with my annoying neighbor's dogs for the 958th time today. So, yeah, that's been going on in my world, Cease. But you told me damage to the bleachers is what they're claiming there.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate for the fans that get to learn this morning.
See, I don't care that we're here, whatever, for us. For the fans, this sucks, dude.
Well, and it sucks because of 2 weeks in a row. Last Wednesday, you were supposed to be out there, and then they just canceled it on Tuesday. On a Tuesday.
One of my good buddies, his son Keegan, what's up, Chris? His son Keegan. Last thing him and his boys were going to do before 11th grade started, go to Broncos practice. They canceled it, and they were pretty heartbroken.
Yeah, then it canceled, and then today they canceled. So hopefully you're not on your way. You might be traveling from Loveland or Grover or whatever. You know what I mean?
Dang, that sucks.
Might be traveling from Bailey or something and going to see the Broncos, and then realize, oh, no, practice is canceled today. You might walk down from that park. You know what I mean? Where the parking is.
An employee telling you can't come in.
Exactly. So hopefully they got that news out a little bit better. Why didn't they do this sooner? I'm not going to nitpick. We just saw a Broncos preseason game we got to go over, and so many things to be excited about based on what we saw.
Like I said, I think it's a weird thing to tell the fans the day of when the storm was 48 hours ago, but whatever it is, hopefully you get a chance to go to tomorrow or the following day and get an opportunity to watch your Broncos. But you're right, Cease, we did see a preseason game on Friday night, and I will tell you this. I know we got to talk about Stiddy, obviously the Jahdae Barron pick 6, your guy Jonah Coleman showing very well for himself as we all assumed that he would, but let's just start where they started. That first drive, and I know it was Stiddy being the quarterback on that position, but oh my goodness, that was beautiful from Davis Webb and the play calling. Cease, they got to within the goal line, and they ran the football.
Yeah.
And they did it with a fullback.
Yep.
Anti-fullback guy here. Hello. Loving, absolutely seeing that. Dude, we could do the next 4 hours on the first drive alone.
Right.
Because I'm down to praise Davis. I'll even give a little love to Jarrett. But that first drive, dude, holy hell, was that exciting to watch.
Yeah, that Broncos offense was pretty exciting to watch, and that first drive showcased what Davis Webb, that's where we should start. We got a lot to get to and piece through on today's program. And I'm probably going to make some people mad a little bit later, which is great.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to that.
Can it be my neighbors, John and Amanda?
Sure. I look at it and I go, listen, Davis Webb immediately shows how he can make an impact on this team by getting that team to line of scrimmage, being not necessarily in hurry up, but just having a good pace, having a good tempo to what you do. And then the authority to run the ball, short yardage situations, Adam Prentice, yes, please. Like, that's exactly the type of emphasis that you need. They even tried R.J. Harvey on some inside runs. Now, they didn't work, and you shouldn't do that going forward, but at least you have that intent there. They say they wanted to run the ball a little bit more. And again, it's preseason. That doesn't mean everything, but it doesn't mean nothing. They did run the ball more. They did have better tempo. So Davis Webb, that's the first gold star of the day. I would say 5 stars, but Jaden Daniels would sue me. Like, that's the first gold star right there.
Did you see Major League Baseball crush?
Everybody's crushing Jaden Daniels. One of the dumbest things he could have ever possibly done.
Somebody, I think Alex or you, somebody in our group Twitter thing kept sending them all weekend, and every single one of them were outstanding.
Nobody's getting crushed more than Jaden Daniels except for Pat McAfee's album and Dan Orlovsky doing the whole coworker thing of like, I think these are actually really good.
Yeah. You guys know
these are really good lyrics.
Dan Orlovsky gets paid to make appearances on the Pat McAfee show. He gets paid to do that.
Yeah.
You think he's going to burn that bridge?
No.
You're going to bite the hand that feeds you?
No, not
at all. You're going
to
promote the worst album since Deion Sanders released one.
And it got me thinking, and no, I didn't buy McAfee's album 4 times, but it got me thinking, who here on The Fan would be the one to release an album? Because I think I know who
Stink
it is.
100%.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No
I was going to
doubt
say
in my
it's
mind.
Zach.
Oh, really?
You don't think it's Zach?
Well,
I think if someone was to release an album, and it would be bad because McAfee's album is terrible. It's the worst thing ever.
It's awful.
And Orlovsky's a liar. He's a liar face. But somebody here on The Fan who would create an album.
See, I don't know
It'd
if
be Zach. It'd be Zach.
You think Zach has the
musical chops?
To put himself out there like that?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know.
Yes.
You think so?
No, it's not Stink.
What's he going to do, rap?
It's not Stink.
Zach the rapper?
Well, didn't McAfee rap, kind of?
Oh, I don't know. He had rap songs on there?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's one. It's the worst thing ever.
I told you, I lasted 2.5 seconds.
I swear to God.
I hit play on the YouTube thing and was done.
I thought it was Flint Flossie. And Flint Flossie is my favorite rapper. I'm kidding, but still, Flint Flossie does like gag raps, like treat me like a pirate and give me that booty.
He's great, yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Grab my belt.
Yeah.
You need a spanking baby. Like that type of stuff. That's Flint Flossie. That's Turquoise Jeep. That's their crew.
Turquoise Jeep,
I thought for sure that Pat McAfee, I was like, this is parody, right? This is satire. He's not serious, right?
He was serious.
I think he was serious. So, yeah, I think Zach would be the guy.
See,
So
I went Stink immediately in my head.
Yes. Yeah. No, Stink's. He's too lazy to make an album.
Well, that's
he's not going to make an album.
Somebody would sell him on like, you just come in here, lay down the vocals, I'll do the rest.
Yeah.
And then we use your name, image, and likeness to sell this bad boy. And Stink would go, yeah, let's do that.
No, I think Zach Bai would have a rap album.
Really?
Yeah, talking about the tough streets of Schenectady, stuff like that.
Yeah.
What can you rhyme with Schenectady? I don't even know.
Somebody could figure it out. There's a ghostwriter out there that would help Zach. You don't think Stokely wants about the write about the mean streets of Castle Pines or anything like that?
No, mean streets of downtown Denver, maybe.
Driveway so long he can't even get out of it, stuff like that.
Right. Driveway so high and so am I, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're writing the lyrics right here,
I
right
know,
now.
there you go. We made it for you guys.
All right, we got to talk about the Broncos, but we should do that again later, ripping on the guys that would make their own
I'm going to
album.
rip on some people a little bit later. It's going to be fun.
First down was great. Stiddy looked better than he has at camp, but I also want to say this. As good as Stiddy looked like moving the ball downfield and got help from Cortland Sutton with that one-handed beautiful snag there near the sideline, I know Sam didn't put the kind of points up that Stiddy did, but maybe we can go a little inside football as much as you'd want to on a preseason game.
Right.
Stiddy put points up. Ball placement, accuracy, and running the offense. I still think there's some words to be spoken about what Sam Ehlinger did on a Friday night as well.
Yeah.
His ball placement was better than Jarrett Stidham. Stidham was just having more success moving the ball.
Yeah, and Stidham made more complex throws. Ehlinger was making pretty simple throws, so maybe that's why everything seemed to look a little bit better. I've often wondered how running comes into the math because we saw with Jarrett Stidham taking that sack. Like, he can't run. He can't get out of his own way. Ehlinger, the nice thing about him is if something breaks down, kick and scoot.
Yeah.
So how much does running, like, is Stidham someone to run the offense a little bit tighter? Maybe. But is Ehlinger someone who, when the play breaks down, he can make something happen? Yes, that's definite right there. So how does that affect their math? I mean, it looks like right now that Stidham is in that driver's seat for the number 2 quarterback spot. So
Mike Kliss told us on Friday, Sam has to take it from him.
Right.
That didn't happen on Friday night.
No, he didn't.
Did not. So we'll continue that conversation. Like I said, first drive, absolutely beautiful. And then the next drive starts with 3 straight run plays. I thought someone was punking me, dude. Like, this can't be real. This is not actually happening with the Denver Broncos. We're going to get into this game. We're going to dive into it all day long. We want to hear from you guys on the RamosLaw.com text line at 303-713-1043. Put your name on the end of your text. Give you a better shot at getting that text read. And then watch the show over on YouTube, youtube.com/DenverSports. Get in on the tribe chat. It's fueled by our friends at Sean Ponda. Make some friends in there and participate in what's going on the show. What were your big takeaways? Couple big takeaways from the tribe on the text line and the YouTube chat, and we'll get to those as well as your tribe and trucker roll call text. Tell us who you are, where you are, what you're doing for $1 so we can give you and your company a little shout out on the show. All right, so let's talk about what the game was. We got to talk about one guy in particular, well, a few. Jaleel McLaughlin scores a touchdown. I thought of you right away. I'm like, oh, he's going to save his bacon right there.
And
then later lost his bacon, literally and figuratively. So we'll talk about our big takeaways coming up next.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery and Monarch Construction and Roofing. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Most families get their financial advice in pieces. A financial advisor here, a CPA there, an estate attorney somewhere else. Everyone means well, but nobody's talking to each other, and those gaps can work against you. Trajan Wealth's family office brings wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning together, not as separate conversations, but as one coordinated system built around your life, your goals, and the people who matter most. Ours is a true family office, not one that refers you out because it's convenient. This kind of dedicated collaboration used to require a 7-figure net worth, but here's the game changer. Trajan kicked that door open. Trajan advisors are fiduciaries, always obligated, always honored to act in your best interest. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax.
Hey, Rob Biandino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled about 7,000 cases, over 300 trials. Man, I see so many bad stops on these DUIs. Unlawful arrests, the police putting body cams off. The evidence is sketchy. We got to go get the evidence. We go find those cameras, the stores, the ATMs, the banks. We got the experts to challenge their breath tests, their blood tests. My office has over 100 years experience at this stuff. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com or 720-706-5151.
Progressive knows you want to get away, but not like too away. You crave the unknown, but also charcuterie boards with 4 types of cheese. And that's exactly why you bought an RV and bundled it with Progressive, because 24/7 protection is one luxury you'll never have to give up. So go ahead, explore the wilderness, all from the comfort of your zero-gravity camp chair. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, all beds are on sale during our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe, plus free delivery on any mattress. Ends Monday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Hi, I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery, where we believe there's nothing more important than your health. We've just celebrated our 27th year in business. Thank you for your continued support.
Hey, Broncos country, I'm Terrell Davis. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. Work out on your schedule from the privacy of your own home.
At Fitness Gallery, we have the nation's lowest prices on the highest quality products that stand the test of time.
Imagine this, no more wasting time in traffic, no more crowded gyms. And here's the touchdown play, get your family involved. Your health is your ultimate MVP, and I know staying fit is not always easy. Whether it's Rod, Carl, or myself, we shop at Fitness Gallery, and you should too. With the right equipment at home, you can train like a pro whenever it suits you. You never regret buying quality. Fitness Gallery sells commercial-grade equipment for the home. It's simply the best.
Invest in your health and happiness with Fitness Gallery. Visit one of our 7 store locations for a free home gym layout and design today.
Recall 67A mobile appointments are now available in your area. We come to you, quick, easy, and under an hour. Complete the recall to get $500, plus a warranty worth thousands. Schedule today at CumminsRecall.com.
Stop waiting for rates and take advantage of real buying opportunities. Lowest Rate for Life helps you get the deal you want on the home today, and if rates fall in the future, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fees. U.S. Mortgages 303 low rate.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or stoke, dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
It's Training Camp 2026, Unfinished Business. Here's Dover and Cecil, powered by Denver Roof Pros and Beyond D.
Opener, and always asking you tribe roll call, trucker roll call. Give the truckers a shout out. Y'all make the world go round. So hit us up with tribe roll call, just like Joe. Joe gets in every day, and we appreciate that, Joe. He's working for AWP on West 29th Street in Greeley today, holding my slow sign. Dumb day, he said. Best show of the day, though.
Nice.
Cecil Genius, Dover Smart. We appreciate you, Joe. Keep that sign going, and I'm sorry that it's a dumb day for you. Hopefully it gets a little bit better. Someone did say that Stink already has a handful of demo covers. Just from like singing on the radio, I imagine.
Yeah.
Because he'll get down on the radio with his boys, you know?
99 Left the Balloons, he sings in German.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's awesome. It's incredible. But
That guy has more talent than anybody
So
here,
now
huh?
we're getting stuff. I'm getting texts. My buddy Mark, shout out Mark, saying,
like
I
what
know
Mark
what rhymes
said,
with
yeah.
Schenectady. And I said, yeah, I know what rhymes with Schenectady too, Mark. So I think Zach could have some hits like This Is Not a Drill, right? So This Is Not a Drill. His ceiling's already established.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff
that's
we
a
know
good one.
Zach from, these could be songs. So I'm going to
Yeah.
write Zach's album for him and then push him to make a rap album.
Robin Parkner wrote, all the way to Denver from the main streets of Schenectady, showed up in Mile High, and 104.3 connected me. That's
Whoa,
pretty good, Rob.
whoa, all
That's
right.
pretty good,
All
dude.
right.
I'm going to have to ask Rob to write me some stuff if he comes across like that. That's pretty good.
Full disclosure, our texters are better than the morning show and the
Yeah,
drive.
That's the truth. All right. Well, hit up Tribe Text. Tribe roll call on the text line and over on YouTube, plus your Broncos takeaways. I'm seeing a couple of these about our boy Red Murdoch. That's, again, a dude that when we did the whole looks the part bit a couple of weeks ago, before Red even had an opportunity to really shine, that was a guy that we talked about just from body and not looking lost out there a lot. And then we got to see it in real time. He was certainly one of the rookies that looked pretty good. I told you I was watching Justin Jolie, Hakeem Butler, Tyler Bidet, Red Murdoch, and then Tyler Onyedem were a couple of the guys that I was watching. And look, none of those guys jumped off the screen. Maybe Red in a couple of those moments. But like I said, I thought the pressure was Stiddy dealing with it. He kind of delivered on that. I'm still not confident in them winning if he had to play the quarterback position. He just looked a little bit more serviceable than I thought he would. And maybe that's Davis protecting him a little bit.
Yeah, maybe that's Davis protecting him. And Davis running the show on offense. You got to see a nice rhythm from everybody. You've got to see a dash of Evan Ingram, which was always good. You got to see a dash of Pat Bryant. I really say, like, Cortland Sutton, what were you doing out there? He didn't need to be out there, and then that one-handed grab. So, like, everyone on offense we can look to and praise their efforts because it was a full team effort, and it's preseason. I know. It's vanilla. I know. But it's also exciting to see how this team looked like a Super Bowl contender because the Falcons simply are not. They play in the worst division in football, and you saw that difference. And that's one of the main things in the preseason that I'm looking for. Do you look like you're supposed to? It doesn't matter if you win or lose, but just you're against a inferior team.
Yep.
You should dominate them. And outside of the Jaleel McLaughlin fumble, which gifted him their only score of the game, the Broncos did dominate.
And it's something we talked about on Friday. I said depth should show. Depth did show against this team.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it should look like. Now, the Packers are a little bit different, but Minnesota, we'll see what it looks like there in that final week, and I guess depending on how Sean and the boys decide to handle that. But a good team beating up on a bad team, that's what it's supposed to look like. And guys, the Broncos are on the right side of that equation now. Not for the first time, but coming into it for the first time in a long time. So good teams beat up on bad teams. Super Bowl contenders make light work out of folks that are going to be, I know the NFL doesn't do it, but like lottery pick, top 10 draft pick in next year's draft. That's where the Atlanta Falcons are going to be. The Broncos are going to be worrying about a Los Angeles trip in February. The Falcons will be tanking in December to try to make sure that their draft pick is better. So it was supposed to look that way.
It was supposed to look that way, and it did look that way, and that's what we're excited about with this Broncos team because you're a Super Bowl contender. You're a better team than last year, even though you ran it back for the most part. Last year doesn't matter. How is your effort this year? What are they doing? And we saw strides for that. And again, first preseason game, but a really good sign with the way that they played. Very professional. Everything was pretty tight. Some penalties that we have to discuss.
Number 69. Yeah, what's up, bro?
Ruining my man Jonah Coleman's debut to begin with. And then Jonah's like, I got you, Lammy. I got you.
Jonah looked damn good. Jonah looked real good.
Thank you for not taking a highlight of Jonah and then putting it on Twitter and saying, Cecil Lammy said that you were right. Like, I don't need my co-host to be a cuck. I don't need my co-host to, like, throw it out there. Everyone knows that I love Jonah Coleman. I don't need you to put a highlight of a running back from the preseason on Twitter and be like, see, Cecil Lammy told you so. We all know Jonah Coleman's the man. And if you're over there running your mouth about Mike Washington or anybody else, like, you just don't know football, okay, period. Jonah Coleman showed that patience. Look at where the entry point was. His patience was the most dazzling thing. People will talk about the power and the spin and all that. It was
the
the
spin
patience.
was nice, though.
When he gets the handoff, watch the difference between him and R.J. Harvey or anybody else. R.J. will get the handoff and go immediately to the hole. Jonah gets the handoff, and it's not like he's dancing, because he's not, but he's just kind of flowing to the play. You saw a play up the gut to the left side, not the spin move, but the play before that, where Evan Ingram's blocking, and if you had followed your path of where the play was supposed to go, Ingram missed his block, but Jonah stayed with it, allowed Ingram to kind of miss the block to the inside, then cut it through the outside. So he went on the left of Ingram instead of going on the right of Ingram. Just those simple little things. And it was like a 7-yard run, whatever, right? But he averaged 6 yards carry. And again, it's preseason, but look at the vision, look at the patience, look at the burst, look at the power. He's got it all, everybody. It should not be a surprise. I don't want to hear anyone bring up the name Mike Washington ever again.
The people that are going to be significant players in the NFL are supposed to stand out, literally jump off the screen.
Yes.
Which is exactly what Jonah Coleman did.
Yeah.
And I'll just add to that real quick. If you get your self-worth off of the internet, you are one pathetic loser.
And if you suck up to someone at your work that nobody else likes because you think that you can ride their coattails, then you've got a problem.
You might want to pick someone else to jump on the bandwagon.
I would say so, yeah.
That guy will stab you in the back the second he gets the opportunity to do so. But Jonah looked good. I got to ask you about Barron. You and I have been on his neck on this show quite a bit saying, hey, we're not there yet, but he is walking down the path that could be the B word. That's a bust. Now, Karani Reed gets a bunch of credit, and he should get more credit for that diving deflection that he made. But Barron has to catch the football. He's in the right spot, and then he turned on the freaking jets to get downfield.
And Q Robinson caught him.
Well, he still got away from the rest of the Falcons players. And then it was right before the end of half. Like that pick six, Barron gets some credit for it. I'm not going to lose my mind and go, oh, he proved it, because you're right place, right time, and then you're just faster than some other players. Right before the end of the half, he's trying to jump in front of that route. It's not a great throw because it's the Falcons quarterback.
Yeah, Cooper Rush.
And he just drops it. But he's like in the air, kind of turning his body, and Cooper's overthrowing a ball. If he would have got that one, again, I'm not saying, oh, get him on the field, find a way. But you would have went, okay, there's a little something there that I might be able to hang my hat on and continue to evaluate.
That's why we give him some grace, and that's why we knew he had another year left of development. But Jahdae Barron, that confidence from that play, that's very significant for that young man, who's definitely been under a spotlight, a negative spotlight, because there have been some people saying bust. We're not saying that. We're just saying, hey, if you don't clean it up, you're going to be on that track.
Yeah, dude.
But we gave him the grace of another year because it's going to take into year 3 with Jahdae Barron. But it's nice to see those flashes. And as we go through today's show, I will tell you exactly how Vance Joseph is telling these guys to play defense. We saw the difference with Davis Webb, but I think the most significant difference might be what we saw from the Broncos defense.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, we saw a lot of difference from Davis Webb, but I think VJ's words are resonating with that team. You saw ferocious, attacking, aggressive, looking for those turnovers defense. And that 999-yarder from Jahdae Barron was just sweet.
All right, I can't wait to do that. We'll do that at some time in our 11 o'clock hour, quarter 2. Let's jump all over what VJ is doing differently this year. Our guy Ryan says, my Broncos takeaways, Red Murdoch looks good. Would have liked to see the Hakeem Butler show, or would have liked to see Hakeem Butler show up more. I'm with you, Ryan. I'm with you. I would have liked that as well. He also looks the part and just didn't jump off the screen on Friday night. Keep your texts coming. What'd you see? What'd you like? As long or as well as Tribe Roll Call. Who are you? Where are you? And what are you doing for a buck out there today? Let's hear a little bit from Sean Payton. Did he like his team's operation? That was his goal. I need to see a clean operation. Did he? We'll find out coming up next.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 13 years of age and older that are residents of the state of Colorado. Unless otherwise specified, employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or an entity associated with the contest may not enter. Full general contest rules are available at DenverSports.com.
Hi, this is Larry Jager with SCL Mortgage. We can offer you the best loan program at the best rate available. Whether you are purchasing, refinancing, or interested in a second mortgage, visit myspecialmortgage.com or call 303-790-2222 and NMLS number 1200716.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special, both for you and your partner. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're the leader in treating ED in the area. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Where will you find her perfect engagement ring?
There's only one fine jeweler in Denver with all the world's top bridal designers. I'm Michelle Williams.
And I'm Bruce Williams from Williams Jewelers. Only here in our bridal design gallery will you find Gabriel & Company, E. Jaffe, Parade, and the legendary Takori.
Thousands of diamond engagement rings. Every style and every price range. If it's on her Pinterest page, it's here.
Add to that our famous Williams Jewelers Diamond Bar with almost every size, shape, and price range diamond.
And our expert diamond professionals will help you put it all together perfectly.
At the guaranteed best price in Colorado, we even have flexible payment terms for qualified buyers so you can do this today.
That's why more couples say will you with Williams.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue between Fillmore and Detroit, where Colorado shines.
Are you one of those people who dread going to the dentist? If so, have you tried sedation dentistry? Learn more about sedation dentistry at coloradosedation.com. Sit back, relax, and dream with the most experienced sedation dentist and staff at Clarkson Dental.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here, and if you're like me, you've looked at your patio this summer and thought, man, it's just too hot to be out there. That's why I love what they're doing at Inside Outside Spaces. They design and build custom pergola and shade structures that turn your backyard into an oasis from the summer heat. And they're a true one-stop shop. Patio covers, outdoor kitchens, fire features, decks, paver patios, and more. If it's outside, they build it. Inside Outside Spaces, your backyard oasis starts here. Visit them at InsideOutsideSpaces.com.
That pallet of pavers collecting dust, the beginnings of a garden, those stray fence posts. Are you haunted by half-finished projects on your land? John Deere is here to say, not anymore. Our compact tractors allow you to swap implements easily, and they're backed by the nation's largest dealer network. You always had the right idea, and with the right tools, those projects can get finished for good. Nothing runs like a Deere. Learn more at johndeere.com/compact tractors.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This segment on The Fan brought to you by Denver Roof Pros.
It's Training Camp 2026 Unfinished Business. Here's Dover and Cecil, powered by Denver Roof Pros and Biondino Law Firm.
All right, I want to check in and hear from our guy, Sean Payton. After Friday night's Broncos preseason opener, they put it on the Falcons, got to win 27-7. Are you into it all the, what are they, 7 in a row, preseason games, 8 in a row, something like that? Does that carry any weight with you that they're undefeated in their last few preseasons?
There were 5 undefeated teams in the preseason last year. Only one made the playoffs. It was Denver. But it doesn't matter. They could lose the preseason games. It's how do you look? Do you look prepared? Do you look professional? And outside of the penalties from Mike McGlinchey, what are you doing, Mike?
Hopefully it's preseason for him, too. Kind of working that out.
Like, work it out. Work it out, baby. Work it
savvy
out.
vet with that kind of mistakes in the preseason is a little alarming.
My whole pay Riley Moss thing probably aged pretty good.
Yeah. You set the money signs after he had that play.
Well, I mean, come on. What are we waiting for?
Probably should get it done sooner rather than later. You said it on Friday.
You're either doing that or you're not signing him. You've made the decision internally. Like, you either get something done before week 1 or you're not going to get something done.
Or at the end of the year, you go, well, we made a mistake just like with Breece Hall last year, and now we have to pay the piper.
Yeah, and I don't want them to do that in a Super Bowl window. You're not yet paying Bo Nix. You can afford Riley Moss. And even Jahdae Barron continues to play good football, you still have Riley Moss.
Yeah. I wouldn't play the free agent market game with Riley to bank on what Jahdae might be.
Right.
That's the wrong scale.
Right. The most inexpensive you can get Riley Moss is right now. So get something done with him right now.
All right, let's check in with Sean Payton. On Friday, he talked about wanting a clean operation, on Thursday, a clean operation in Friday's preseason game. Did he get that? Here's Payton on his offense.
Smooth. Yeah, I felt like, I think maybe there was a play or two we got down to 3 seconds, but the subs were good. Davis was on point. Yeah, I thought the Qs did a good job in and out of the huddle. And again, we had a couple guys coming in, Palcho and Alex, that were working out before the game. Are they going to play? And when we held them back, you got to be careful that you're not just going 14 snaps with the first group and the rest, So those guys play a little bit more. And I was pleased with the pitch counts for like a lot of these players. There was no one that got into a crazy number high, and it went pretty good.
All right, so clean is his first word. I'd probably call it that too. Clean operation. You're getting to the line of scrimmage at the right time.
Right.
You're not, seeing the quarterbacks clap their hands to hurry it up. You are seeing a little bit of pre-snap motion. I would assume some more of that is coming when they want to unlock a little bit more. I would agree with him. Clean operation, smooth operation. He wanted it, and I think he got it.
I believe him, yo.
Yeah.
And I know why, because we saw it. We seen it out there on the field, and that's the type of operation that really can kind of settle Sean down. Didn't he look a little bored?
They kept cutting to him, and he's like not talking to anybody and just had no play sheet in his hands. And I'm like, man, that guy, like, what's he thinking about right now? And you know what he was thinking about? How annoyed he was that there were a bunch of interns on the sideline with him.
I love that he has those 17 things of like, these are the non-football things that we need to clean up, whether it's the interns or the scoreboard guy or
Too many
whoever.
doctors, he said.
The video editing, they were showing something and the video editing went down. Like, you can't do a sizzle reel when there's 8 video guys trying to figure something out. So, yeah, Sean runs the show, so maybe that's what he was thinking. But he definitely looked a little bit bored.
I could imagine Patrick Smythe of like, all right, look, I'm going to get you a sideline credential. Do not look at nor speak to Sean Payton, no matter what. Even if he looks at you and smiles, avoid eye contact, turn around and walk away. He does not want to hear from you.
Yeah.
And then one person talks to him, and all hell will break loose because Sean
It's
is
over
mad
for
about
everybody.
that. I actually, as sometimes we can take him to task. I like when he gets upset about stuff like that because he's 100% right. You don't need all those people on the sideline, even during the preseason. Sean was also asked about his old spark plug in Jarrett Stidham. What did he think of Stiddy and the defense doing their thing in preseason game number 1?
I thought he played well. I thought he did a good job in the pocket. Good throw and catch, certainly in that coverage look by Cortland. It's one of the things he does well. We had our hands on a couple balls, too, defensively, that we got to clean up a little bit. I thought in the second half, there were a few opportunities, just some penalties, but overall, good first outing.
All right, overall, good first outing.
Yep.
Do you think he still has the confidence in Jarrett Stidham that he tried to sell us back in January?
Oh,
knowing
Sean, he always does.
Really?
That's his guy.
Jarrett made him look really, really bad.
He did. How many of Sean guys like reach that next level. Like Little Jordan Humphrey is a Sean guy. Adam Troutman is a Sean guy. They're okay. They're painfully average.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Jarrett Stidham the same guy? So did he disappoint Sean? No, of course not. Once you're Sean's guy, you're Sean's guy. So
he doesn't have to impress him anymore?
Well, he can't be a slappy, but...
So he's like a lazy husband that stops taking his wife out on dates and stuff? Like, yeah, whatever. We're married. I look at her ring.
You don't bring me flowers.
I put a ring on it. I don't have to do anything anymore.
Exactly.
That's the relationship they have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think the missus will start looking elsewhere if you approach it that way. He was asked about Stiddy. Has he bounced back, and what have you seen in his bounce back since that chest pass and the AFC Championship game?
It's been great, and it wasn't just a disappointment for him. It was I was disappointed myself. Like, when you lose a game like that and you go back and look at it closely, the margins in that game, yeah. And so he's been, one of his strengths is his resiliency, and I think he's got a little bit of that it factor that he can come in, get the he's really good with the operation, quick, with the play, his experience and his comfort level with how we're calling it. So I thought he handled it well.
All right, he's not really good. That part's a lie. But all right, if Sean believes he is good with the operation and he can handle it,
yeah.
All right, I can probably believe that. I can probably get with Sean on that. Does he know what his job is? Yeah, I think Jarrett Stidham has an understanding or a grasp of what he's being asked to do. Now, understanding what you're asked to do and then actually executing it are worlds apart. And that's where you see the difference of who Bo is and who Jarrett is. A face of a franchise, an NFL quarterback, not only has a big grasp of it, you can also teach it at the line of scrimmage in real time, and then you can execute it. And that's exactly what Bo Nix does.
Yeah, that's what Bo does, and that's the thing. Like, it's really about how does Bo look running this offense? How does Bo look with Davis Webb's guidance? We got some clues with Jarrett Stidham and Sam Ehlinger, some really good clues. I'm more excited about this game because it might be the only time we see Bo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he plays in the third preseason game.
Maybe
he plays a drive, whatever. Maybe we'll do a coffee bet. I don't know. But either way, like this next game, you look pretty good in the debut, but now you've got to do it again because your guy's out there. Bo Nix is going to be out there.
Yeah, you want Bo to shine when he gets said opportunity to do so. I want to hear from Sean about the running game, and we'll do that coming up a little bit later on. The text line is all over Zach being a rapper. Zach's first single, I've Thrown Hands.
I'm telling you, if there's any one of us from the fan that would make an album like Pat McAfee did, except Zach's would be good because McAfee's album's terrible.
Yeah.
And hopefully there wouldn't be a demand for all of us to go promote Zach's album. But yes, Zach could be a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to make that happen.
If Zach's album was good, I'd be up for promoting
I'm going to use AI and just use Zach's voice.
And if it was awful, we'd get to roast him for life, which would be outstanding as well.
We win either way.
Right.
We either know a famous sports radio rapper or we know a guy that's terrible.
The single title, the Zach by staple.
Two things can be true at the same time.
So he's got I've Thrown Hands.
Yeah.
Two things can be true at the same time.
This is not a drill.
This is not a drill.
His ceiling is established.
We got 4 songs
if
right
aliens
out of the gate.
came down.
5 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be doing like a song with Ella Langley. He's going to be famous off this. We just
5
made Zach
songs.
even more famous.
We got 5 songs right off the rip for our boy Zach By.
Yep.
I think he should do it. Use your AI tools. You're like the AI king around here.
I know, yeah. I'll just use AI, and he'll make an album whether he wants to or not.
Like, Zach, tweet this, dude. It's got your voice all over it. Name, image, and likeness is all you. Todd's checking in. He's driving for Lyft right now. Todd, appreciate you doing that, getting folks to work, to home safely. We always appreciate that. Terry in Highlands Ranch. Zach By rhyme. I come from Schenectady. Come on, connect with me. My rhymes are select, you see. Got the tribe out to protect me. Sorry, I have no clue how Schenectady is spelled. That's what he wrote. I got it, though, Terry. That was pretty good.
It's very good.
Oh, that's outstanding. This is going to be a fun show if this keeps happening throughout the course of the day. All right, I want to continue to talk about the Denver Broncos, what they did right on Friday night, and some news around the NFL. There were a bunch of preseason games going on this weekend, plus a big announcement last night from Adam Schefter, including Von Miller. We'll fill you in case you missed it, coming up next.
Catch up on everything happening at DenverSports.com. Weeknights from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. with Denver Sports Tonight. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
Progressive knows you've got plenty of things to worry about.
What time does the kids' practice end? How long has that check engine light been on? Are takeout containers microwave safe?
So the last thing you should have to worry about is what to do if something unexpected happens on the road. That's why if you're ever in a major accident, Progressive's accident response can detect it and send help. It's just one less thing to worry about.
How long does chicken last in the fridge?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road. Ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
What's going on, Colorado? Philip Lindsay here. Summer's wrapping up and the daily grind is coming back fast. But if you're heading into fall with the same stubborn joint or back pain you've been ignoring all year, it's time for you to game plan. At Regen RX, they're helping people heal from the inside out using advanced stem cell therapy and PRP treatments. No invasive surgery, no long downtime, real relief so you can get back to moving pain-free. So say goodbye to the aches holding you back. Call Regen RX today at 303-630-9770 or visit them online at regenrx.co.
I'm Rob Wilhite. For almost 50 years, Colorado has trusted the Wilhite Law Firm after serious car accidents. With over $1 billion recovered, we know how to win for our community. Injured? Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's WilhiteWins.com.
Colorado's turning 150 years old this month, but if your windows are failing, that could be costing you money on energy bills. Intense summer heat can cause failed seals, drafts, and condensation. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton can help. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton brings over 50 years of expertise. Save 25% on Infinity by Marvin Windows. Call Gravina's Window Center of Littleton today or visit them at windowsforyourhome.com. That's windowsforyourhome.com.
In Colorado, relationships matter. That's why contractors across the Front Range choose Western Pacific for doors and millwork. 35 years of quality products, next day delivery, and fast will call service. Visit GoWestPack.com. Western Pacific, local ownership, professional expertise.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Find your next adventure this August in the new 2026 Honda CR-V Hybrid during the Honda Summer Event at Champ Honda. With impressive hybrid efficiency, modern technology, and the versatility Colorado drivers love, the CR-V Hybrid is ready for your daily commute or your next weekend getaway. Champ Honda has one of their largest selections in years, making it easy to find the right vehicle. Plus, with their one price, one person, 1 hour philosophy, buying is simple, transparent, and Champ Honda never charges dealer handling fees.
Experience the new $3 Pepper Jack Steak Burrito in Decadent Melty or Crisp Fresca. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary, tax extra.
Names that rhyme, takes that hit different. Shapiro and Piro. Is happy hour sports talk built for the modern fan? Local stories, hidden gems, and the mustache monologues you never knew you needed. Weekdays at 3 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Subscribe now at Denver Sports 104.3 and get in on the action. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's Training Camp 2026 Unfinished Business. Here's Dover and Cecil, powered by Denver Roof Pros and Biondino Law Firm.
All right, keep your texts coming in. Love seeing them. Your takeaways from the game, and of course your tribe roll call. Plus, we've turned Zach By into a rapper, so any lyrics you have for Zach, you can send them our way as well.
I love that he's at Broncos practice right now, and he has no idea that we've made him a rapper. We have 5 songs, and we have a name because Stouty in our YouTube chat, powered by Sean Honda, said,
What's up, Stouty?
His rapper name should be By, B-Y-E, Polar.
That's good. That's good. Sometimes he can slow it down, smooth it out for the ladies, and be that guy. And then other times he can go at people's necks. You just never know who you're going to get, right? I like that a lot.
I don't think you'd want beef with Zach By, the rapper.
A little bipolar for you with 5 songs already. So if you've got stuff for Zach, we'll get it to him. We will get it to him. Or you can hit us up with your takeaways and check in like Johnny Section 504 did. He's tribe check-in. I'm getting stuff done around the house, blowing out the garage, cleaning out the garage. Broncos depth look great. Injuries will happen, so hopefully we don't miss a beat when they do. I'm going to still knock on wood for you, Johnny, but he is right, and that was one of our bigger takeaways. Good team, deep team. You should beat up on bad team that's not as deep, and they absolutely did that. It didn't even for me, Cecil, of all right, preseason's the preseason, and I'm trying to understand it and accept it for what it is. But even into, a decent chunk of the second half, I'm like, all right, I'm still engaged. I want to know what's happening with Tyler Onyedem. I want to see Justin Jolie. I want to see some of these younger guys get opportunities. Hakeem Butler and what he was going to do with it. So, yeah, depth kept me engaged on Friday night.
Yeah, the Broncos have the depth, and you definitely saw that. So, Green Bay's a different story. It's one preseason game. It's the beginning, but the beginning looked really good, even though we need to, properly adjust where expectations are. But we can be excited about it. That's the whole thing of you can't say anything for the – yeah, you can. It doesn't count, but it does matter. And it certainly looked good for the Denver Broncos on Friday night.
Yes, it did. And, yeah, I don't think you're not going to come in here after a 27-7 victory and go, you know what, 17-0. Or if you lose Friday night against the Packers, you don't go, yep, they're going to have a hard time making the postseason this year.
Right.
It's the preseason. Let's see if they pass the eye test, and then the real test will begin, in about a month from today on September 14th when they go to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, so I got a couple things from around the NFL to chat about, including our old buddy, Von Miller, has found a home, and it's not back here in the Mile High City. Saw this on Twitter last night. Adam Schefter had it that the 8-time Pro Bowler Von Miller is signing with the Dallas Cowboys, obviously from Texas, went to Texas A&M, and now he's headed to play for the Cowboys. If you follow Von on Instagram, he shared it himself as well. I always like this with Von. He throws the C on his own jersey, the Photoshop C, like he's the captain of the Cowboys down there. Von put the video out last week. I'm sure you saw it, right? When he's like, I roll out of bed and get 8 sacks. And he looked good. He was working out. He's got a 6-pack, and he's strong. Is that going to translate into 8 sacks for the Dallas Cowboys? I'm not sure. I still think he's got a little bit left in the tank. Can he keep his nose clean enough to be contributing on the football field? That, to me, is always a TBD when you're talking about the Von story.
Well, and he grew up a Cowboys fan. So I had always thought that one day he would finish his career with the Dallas Cowboys because it's almost the opposite of DeMarcus Ware, who was his idol.
Yeah.
Because he grew up a Cowboys fan, and DeMarcus Ware is an absolute legend, and Ware here obviously got it done at the highest level of Super Bowl 50, but Von was always destined to be a Cowboy. It's just what it was going to happen, and there's no room for him here. I don't know why we keep having to repeat this, but there's a lot of people who are like, why didn't the Broncos get Von?
To do what?
Doesn't fit here, and he doesn't play special teams, and they're loaded at pass rusher. And we saw that, Drew Sanders was out there making plays on the edge. So, they're pass rushing, they're more than fine, everybody. So, Von can go do Von things with the Dallas Cowboys, and we wish him well.
Does this being his 5th team water it down at all?
No.
Really?
Guys, it's just I grew up in an era. Walter Payton's my favorite player of all time. Walter Payton said on Pure Payton, which I own on DVD and video cassette, I think, he said, it's a coward's way when you go to another team. That was the 80s and the 90s. That was like before free agency. It was like you wanted to be wanted by the team that drafted you. And if you went somewhere else to play, like Emmitt Smith did to extend his career and go get that rushing record from Walter Payton, that was, in Payton's eyes, he saw that as cowardice. Today's NFL is completely different. Guys are going to play for 5 teams, even future Hall of Famers like Von Miller. You hope that your quarterbacks, and quarterbacks usually play for a couple. I don't want to put that out there, but Peyton Manning played for a couple.
Yeah.
Tom Brady played for a couple. We're fortunate that John never did. John just played for the Broncos.
Different
that was
era,
it.
too, like you
yeah,
said.
it's a different era. But today's era, guys are going to bounce around, so it's not a big deal.
Like if it were a couple, I might say, yeah, you're right. 2 or 3, okay, yeah, I can have the conversation. We're talking about 4 and 5 now with Washington and Dallas from a year ago. Now, look, I'm not saying Vaughn's not a Hall of Famer. He's going to go down as a Hall of Famer, a first ballot Hall of Famer, where there's really not many folks that can question whether or not he belongs. But I also think in 20 years from now, we're going to go, oh, that's right, he did play with the Bills for a quick season. Oh, yeah, then he went to Washington after that. And we'll see what it turns into with Dallas. But if history teaches me anything, Dallas won't make the playoffs. And even if they do, they'll flame out. And everybody will go, yep, well, that's the Dallas Cowboys. And the Vaughn story really won't be amplified as a Cowboy. DeMarcus' story as a Bronco is amplified. You see what he did in the Super Bowl? You see what he did for Vaughn? I don't know that Vaughn is going to go to Dallas and do that. So I'll give you just a minor pushback. It's a little watered down for me. Just a little bit.
That's fine. I get that. I mean, he went to the Rams, won a Super Bowl, but I need my theme music for this one.
Ooh.
Is it Cowboys Broncos in the Super Bowl?
That's what Yahoo Sports said on their, what is it called? The simulator? Simulation.
Madden
yeah,
simulator.
yeah.
The simulator, as Brandon Stokely would say. So, they have golf simulators. What is that, Stoke? Anyway, I love when he says that. I love Brandon Stokely. I just want Stokely to, read through the dictionary. What was that word, Stoke?
Yeah.
Simulator. Listen, I'm just saying, man, there's no script to the NFL, but if it was Cowboys Broncos, wouldn't that be pretty sweet?
Yeah.
You'd have that offense. That offense is amazing. You'd have Javonte against the Broncos. You'd have Vaughn against the Broncos.
Yeah.
You'd have Dak in that offense. I mean, that's CeeDee Lamb. That's one of the best superstars in the league.
CeeDee Lamb versus PS2, George versus
Pickens
Riley on the
versus
other side.
Riley, Jake Ferguson versus Justin Sternad, Javonte versus that defensive
versus
front.
Alex Singleton.
Now, Denver's a Super Bowl contender. I can't say that about Dallas.
I can't either.
I can't say that about the Cowboys. Y'all don't say that. So can they prove themselves in a tough division, by the way? I don't think Washington puts up much of a fight. But
what
Philadelphia
about Jaden Daniels?
does.
He's so great.
Yeah.
Everyone loves him, see?
I know that I've always said no Jaden Daniels slander on this show, but that stupid 5 thing, it's let's just wreck him.
Everybody slanders him now.
Exactly. It's just the dumbest thing that Daniels could have done is bad enough. He's got to worry about his lower body. But anyway, I think Dallas, Denver, Super Bowl, revenge for Super Bowl 12, revenge against Vaughn, revenge against Javonte. I kind of want it now.
It would be sweet to
Although Cowboys fans are annoying.
Well, I was going to say, imagine how insufferable Cowboys fans would be until the point.
We're in the Super Bowl.
And then the Broncos just beat the brakes off of them. You know what I mean? I'm talking about a 17-21 point win in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was look at that cute Dallas team that thought they were here.
Yeah. Instead of LA, it will be BTA, which means beat that ass.
Yes. Oh, dude, Dallas and LA too on Valentine's Day. The whole world would be falling in love with Dak Prescott and
everybody
the
would be a Broncos fans because everybody hates Cowboys fans. Yeah. It would be great.
Do you know any real life Cowboy fans?
Yeah, I know a couple.
You do?
Mm-hmm. We know Anilo. Anilo's a Cowboys fan.
Oh, that's right. He's not insufferable though. He's actually kind of aware of how bad they've been.
Just being a Cowboys fan automatically makes you insufferable.
But I used to play. I don't see him anymore. But I used to play ball with this dude named Jason that would every weekend, who you guys playing? Oh, we're going to beat the crap out of so-and-so. And then they lose by 13 points. And then the next week, it's the same thing of it's not only insufferable, it's delusion from a Cowboys fan. And now you got Von Miller. So hopefully that changes everything there for the Dallas Cowboys. Over under 7.5 sacks for Von in a Cowboys uniform.
I'd say under.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Father Time is undefeated. So
he rolled out. He says, I roll out of bed and get 8.
And he can have a Quadzilla and all that. But it's roll out of bed and get 8 until you get a little bit older. And then rolling out of the bed's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, that part's not as fun. Steve is checking in with MotiveWorks Auto in Northglenn.
Whoa.
Yes. He's providing fair and honest auto repair to Broncos country. That's pretty cool, Steve. We appreciate you doing that. Tim is delivering water for El Dorado in Longmont today. He says, didn't Jonah look like LT? I had a flashback when I saw him run. And
do you know who he looked like? Seriously, and I've never made this comparison because I always felt he was a David Montgomery, that type of back.
Really?
He looked like Devontae Freeman.
Dang.
If y'all remember Devontae
Yeah.
Freeman with the Falcons during Matt Ryan's MVP seasons, and by the way, who was the other player they had with Freeman in the backfield? Because they had two backs. They had the
yeah.
receiving back, and then they had Freeman. So, Alex, if you want to look that up, that'd be great because my brain is hazy. Probably the weekend. Anyway, I look at it and I go, it's a pretty apt comparison. It's a pretty apt comparison. I think Jonah Coleman looked like Devonta Freeman, and I think Broncos country should be over the moon about the potential of this young man.
Was it Tevin Coleman?
Tevin
Yeah,
Coleman,
it's
yes.
Tevin Coleman.
Yep,
Look at
Tevin
that.
Coleman.
Coleman.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So Tevin Coleman, that's what R.J. Harvey's going to be.
Yeah.
And
It's a
Devontae
nice
Freeman,
duo.
that's what Jonah Coleman could be. And then look at what those guys did during a Matt Ryan MVP season, and I compared Bo Nix to Matt Ryan.
Oh.
So you have an MVP level offense. You have one of the most dangerous offense, the potential for one of the most dangerous offenses in the league. Just get there, man. Get there with Waddle. Get there with Pat Bryant, Sutton, of course.
Do got an update on Jalen Waddle at today's practice, and we'll give it to you guys coming up next.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Now is the best time to buy. Get ahead of the competition and get the deal you want on the home you really want. Maximize your savings with lowest rate for life, and if the market does improve, we can save you money without any additional lender fees or appraisal fees. We're here for you today and tomorrow and celebrating 30 years of helping homeowners with expanded approvals, low rates, credit improvements, and more. Call U.S. Mortgages at 303-LOW-RATE.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a social media manager.
Did you just post our Q4 earnings to your personal social media?
Oh yeah, used the trending audio and everything.
That's confidential financial data.
Relax. It only went a little viral.
The SEC just commented with the eyeball watching emoji.
This is the time for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Michelle here. Look, in sports, the best teams know when to make their move. Sherwin-Williams is making theirs with 30% off Duration, Super Deck, and Woodscapes products. August 14th through the 24th. You know, I'm looking at these studio walls and I'm thinking I wouldn't mind a little more red in here. Get that Cardinal spirit going. Yeah, I like that. Order online, get everything delivered right to your door, or swing by your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Summer hailstorms bring in the 3-ring front porch roofing circus.
In ring 1, there's We're Doing Bob's Roof down the street.
And in ring 2, there's We Will Cover Your Deductible.
And in ring 3, What Do I Need to Do to Get You to Sign Today?
Send those clowns to the curb.
Don't turn your home into a circus. Call the pros, Denver Roof Pros.
Check us out at DenverRoofPros.com.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
Hi, I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery, where we believe there's nothing more important than your health. We can't stop time, but we can make your day more efficient, and we can help you get fit and stay fit.
Hey, Broncos country, I'm Terrell Davis. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. Work out on your schedule from the privacy of your own home.
At Fitness Gallery, we have the nation's lowest prices on the highest quality products that stand the test of time.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if you can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Dan Jacobs with Jacobs Law on 303 Law 4040. Here's a story my lovely wife Kimberly was particularly proud of. Jeffrey, a listener just like you, called 303 Law 4040 and said he was T-boned by a driver running a red light and rammed his car right into a tree. When the cops came, the other driver lied and the police believed him. They said Jeffrey was at fault. Now, with the big made-for-TV lawyers, that's where the case would normally end. Many of them won't even touch a case if they actually have to work to prove it. But Jeffrey insisted he was innocent. He worked with us together on our team to find the witnesses and the evidence to get the ticket overturned and the insurance company's denial reversed. At 303 Law 4040, we aren't a big settlement mill like the made-for-TV lawyers. Each client meets with me and my lovely wife Kimberly in person, and you get our cell phone numbers. If you've been injured in an accident, you know the number, 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here. If your home's hot upstairs and cold downstairs, that's more than annoying. It's a sign your system's leaking air and wasting money. And with utility bills climbing, energy efficiency matters. That's why homeowners trust AeroSeal Colorado. Their innovative sealing technology boosts comfort, cuts energy use, and even gives you cleaner indoor air as a nice bonus. Customers love it. A 4.9 Google rating, and some folks practically write books after the job's done. AeroSealColorado.com fixes what others can't even find. AeroSeal. Comfort sealed.
Lunch hits different with us. You're locked into KKFN at KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. This is Dover and Cecil, brought to you by Wayback Burgers. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents
over at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit. They said no go on the radio, folks, today. No go on the fans today, which is fine for us. Who cares about us? But it's a tough break for the fans. I hate the fact that you're just finding out that you can't go because they claim damage on the bleachers down there. Again, there probably was damage. I know I got dumped on pretty good on a Saturday night, but you already took one practice away from the fans. I don't like that they took this practice away from the fans. You're also the richest guy in Denver sports. Fix that stuff yesterday. Find somebody to tell you it was wrong. There was somebody at the facility yesterday. Oh, bleachers look like crap. Let's get somebody out here so that the fans can be here. Again,
it's just weird that they didn't know that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't care about us. I care about the fans not being able to be out there. Like school's getting ready to go back if you're not already in school. Like I said, with my buddy's kid, it was the last thing of summer. They were going to get to go to Broncos practice last week, and then they canceled it. I would hate for your kids to be in that situation today. So I don't like the fact that the Broncos did this today. I don't get to make any decisions or have any pull. So we just live by the rules that they give us to live by. I just think it's a bad look, Cease. Tough break for the fans. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's a tough break for the fans. I'm not necessarily sure if it's a bad look. These things happen. It's whatever.
Yeah, they do happen.
I don't have enough calories to burn over that kind of stuff. We're not there. We're here, everybody. Yeah. So there you go.
It should have been cleaned up yesterday. Not that difficult. All right, keep hitting us up with Tribe and Trucker Roll Call at 303-713-1043. RamosLaw.com text line. Same deal on YouTube. Cecil's watching what's happening over there. YouTube.com/DenverSports. And participate in Tribe Chat, fueled by our friends at Champ Honda. All right. I want to hear a little bit from Sean Payton, also updates for what we're learning about practice because our main man Kevin Kistner's out there being our eyeballs. Updates on the injured dudes.
Okay.
Wattenberg stretching. Nobody's in full pads. It's pads and helmets today. Wattenberg is stretching. Kev says looking like he's going to go. Same deal with Mims stretching, looking like he's going to go. And then Waddle, same deal, out there stretching, has that sleeve on his left leg. and is doing some individual drills, some one-on-one stuff right now as we speak. And then, Cece, you said it, I think we're probably 20, 25 minutes or so away from team stuff ramping up and seeing how much Jalen Waddle is or is not participating.
Right. And that's the thing. It's 7-on-7's great. 1-on-1's great. Is he in teams? Yeah. That's the main thing. So we'll have to wait and see about that.
Waddle doing 7-on-7 drills. Just got that note.
7-on-7's good.
Yep.
I still want to see him in team. Like, that's the thing. Like, guys, like, where are you at in your recovery? We've seen guys do 1-on-1 and then no 7-on-7. We've seen guys do 1-on-1 and 7-on-7 and then no team. Can he do it all? If he does it all, then we can say assuredly Jalen Waddle is back.
If he does that all before Friday, what's that mean for Friday's preseason game?
He's playing.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want that. I want to see him and Bo Nix on the field at the same time. So I hope, let's say he can't do full team today and he's only doing the 7-on-7s, and then tomorrow he does full team and Wednesday he does full team, and then we're not out there on Thursday, so I don't really care what he does. But if he's slowly but surely ramping it up, it's not a necessity. We talked about wants and needs at training camp a couple weeks ago. It's a want for me, not a need to see Jalen Waddle, but I simply want to.
Yeah, you want to, and you could be one to see that. So that's the exciting thing about Jalen Waddle. As long as it's week 1, that's all I really care about. It might be Friday.
Okay.
So you get a little bonus there.
Sean will be asked about it by Chris Thomason. He'll get after him on that.
I'm not talking about it, but Waddle?
Yeah, but real quick, Jalen Waddle, I got to call him to write. I want to hear a little bit from Sean and some of the stuff he talked about with Davis Webb, calling the plays. He said he liked it. The operation was clean earlier, and then was asked to kind of expand on more of what you liked from Davis calling the plays.
Not thinking that. Meaning he's thinking of having his best night tonight.
Really? So you're not worried?
No. Because he's thinking of having his best night tonight, and that's how I would approach it the same way. Like, and I think all the self-scout and the opponent stuff, and then what they're doing defensively, how they play defense is a little different. So, yeah, we're not thinking that far ahead. It's a good question, but I think he's thinking about, like, man, getting that confidence going with the group and the run game and the play action.
So I'm assuming the question is like, hey, are you game planning for the Falcons, but with the Chiefs in mind at all? And no is the answer to that. I would assume that is the answer. You can't skip that process, step in the process, or overlook the opponent. It's not the same problems that they're going to present, but I like that fact. Nope, Sean says I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't allow him to do that. Keep what's in front of you, and then cross the next bridge when it gets into you.
Right.
I would say your dude Jonah Coleman was impressive, the most impressive on the field. Man, if I had to pick another, like, what's the most impressive, it's probably Davis, and I just skip players after that, and then I start talking about the guys that got their hands on the ball on defense.
Yeah, and that's the thing. What's the most impressive? It's Davis Webb in this offense. Vance Joseph in this defense getting turnovers. Like, that's the thing that has been different that we've noticed, and it's been glorious to see because VJ's been talking about it all offseason. We saw it on Friday. Like, they're going after the ball. Even the Karene Reed play that he knocks to Jahdae Barron for the 900-yard interception return for a touchdown. That's Karene Reed being in the right position, trusting himself in the right position, and then jumping to make that play.
Yep.
So VJ has, like, get your guys in the right spot, know you're in the right spot, then go get that ball. And that's why Karene Reed was able to abandon his spot, go make a play on that ball, happen to tip it up, and Jahdae Barron grabbed it and took it for a touchdown. That's Vance Joseph's direction. You saw it on the Riley Moss play. You saw it on the Jahdae Barron play that he dropped. Like, you saw how this team wants to get after it and wants to get that ball back to their offense. That's probably the second most important thing we saw. It might be the first.
Yeah. Even that over your guy Jonah?
Well, it's just the emphasis on turnover. Turnovers will be more important to this team than anything else.
That's kind of what, like, Riley going to get it. Karene diving for it. Jahdae almost there. Like, was there. Just got to catch the football.
Do you know how many guys like Karene Reed, who's on a bubble, we'll just be full honest, do you know how many guys wouldn't make that play in the preseason? Because they don't want to be out of position, and they don't want to get burned. If he dives for it and then doesn't get it, you know what I mean? So it's a direction and it's a trust level. We're seeing a trust level on this defense that, honestly, I didn't anticipate in the very first preseason game.
It's, to me, like, instead of waiting for the ball to get there and then try to make a play, I saw the defense go, ball's on its way, let me get in position to make a play. Last year it was, it's coming, I'm going to make a play soon. No, get in position on while it's on its way.
Just trust it.
And then make your play on the football. Go get it. You be the ball hawk. That's what I saw out of the defense. Karani Reed gets a ton of that credit of even taking the chance for doing so.
Mm-hmm.
Last year they waited for something to happen. It felt like Friday night they wanted to make something happen. They were going to make something happen.
Yep, and they did make something happen, and that's what you love to see.
Sean talked about the defensive takeaways and then takes a shot at Falcons fans too.
Our hands on a couple. We had, obviously, when you score on defense and you just look at those statistics, it's a high win percentage. We still had, we had a chance for 2 or 3 more. We got the sleeves on. We got all the stuff. I think there's some things we can be better at. That was encouraging. I don't know that we forced any fumbles. I'll have to look. But I like the energy we played with. There's different places you can go. Bill always liked going to Green Bay in the preseason because there'd be 75,000 people there. And he felt like it was the closest to an in-season experience. And it's when you come someplace where it's not like that, and they're just, you have to find, a way to get ready to go, and we can't control that. But I understand why he would want to do that. When you get to a place where it's kind of quiet, there are not a lot of, and so our guys handled that. And when we're playing, regardless of who's out there, we are trying to win. I think it's 8 now in preseason, but I think it's important.
All right, and that's what we talked about earlier. He thinks it's important. I think teaching people how to win, that feeling, that's always important, and he just can't help himself. He just got to take shots at Falcons fans. He did it on the TV broadcast, too. He said, a lot of people dressed up as empty seats here today, and then walked off of his interview. So he's still not over the Falcons. He'll take shots at them as often as he can. Cecil, I want to dive a little deeper with you onto that VJ thing. What that's going to look like, what you saw specifically out of Vance that makes you think that's going to turn around or change a little bit more this season, and we'll do it next.
It's Training Camp 2026, Unfinished Business. Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth will kick things off starting at 6 a.m., powered by Applied Future Technologies. Then Dover and Cecil will react live to all the action until 2 p.m. thanks to Denver Roof Pros and be on Dino Law Firm. At 2, The Drive will recap the day thanks to Aero Seal Colorado. Stay locked into Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and DenverSports.com for all the latest news and information during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, all beds are on sale during our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe, plus free delivery on any mattress. Ends Monday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. and happy 50.
I've had a number of surgeries, and frankly, I don't have time to rehab a surgery and an operation at this point in my life. I didn't want to take time off my kids' activities.
That's why former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter turned to QC Kinetics. We couldn't be happier saving our patients like him from operating rooms and long recoveries.
I've been able to resume like normal activity for me, which is a lot of running. It's a lot of workouts. I've been very, very blessed with how it's been able to hold up.
For so long, patients have accepted surgery as the only solution. But with new technologies, the medical professionals at QC Kinetics use regenerative treatments, your body's own biologics, to help heal and restore knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
I actually ran into a friend of mine over at our golf course, and he had his knee done. It felt so well. He'd got his shoulder done. He goes, I can't thank you enough. He'd heard the commercial on the air, and so it's feeling great.
Find out how you can avoid surgery and finally get relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986.
T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing. Pay nothing today and walk out of the store with a new phone.
What did he say?
Nothing.
You definitely said something about nothing.
Exactly. Go to T-Mobile, pay nothing up front, and leave with a new phone.
Wait, nothing rules.
She gets it.
Hey, thanks for nothing.
For the first time ever, switch to T-Mobile, pay nothing. No taxes, no fees, no money down. And walk out with a new phone. There are 250 reasons to choose T-Mobile, and now nothing is holding you back.
On eligible devices with qualifying credit plan and 36-month finance agreement.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This segment of The Fan is built by Smart Local 9.
Ditch the bland, flavorless sports talk and tune into Freshly Grated, where Will Peterson and Marcello Romano serve up piping hot takes and bold opinions with no filter and an extra side of sarcasm. Every weekday at 2 p.m. on the Denver Sports 1043 The Fan YouTube channel. Like and subscribe today at Denver Sports 1043 and come along for the ride. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. It's Training Camp 2026 Unfinished Business. Here's Dover and Cecil, powered by Denver Roof Pros and Biondino Law Firm.
All right, we're hanging out in studio today. We'll be back out at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit tomorrow, or so we're told. Kevin, our man Kevin Kistner's out there. He's our eyeballs for us today out at Broncos training camp day number, what are we on, like 12
Kiss
or 13?
my stats.
He's giving us a little info about the guys that are not participating. Drew Sanders, you said his name earlier today, Cecil. We're about to talk about the defense. He's back to be working on the side practice field again. So an appearance and then back on the side practice field again, is that another tweak, or are they just, treating this guy with bubble wrap because of his past?
No, something's going on.
So then what are we doing? This is it, right? Like, you played a half and now you're hurt again? I know it stinks, and I get it, but it's time to end the Drew Sanders experiment and let him go away. We'll see what the rest of the preseason may bring. We told you that Wattenberg was back doing some drills. Waddle back doing some drills. Looks like Waddle is participating a little bit, and certainly more than Marvin Mims, learning that Mims is also doing some stuff on the side field there, trying to get himself back and right before the end of the week.
Nice.
And we'll see if that's the issue. Getting some information about Jarrett Stidham, who actually sounds like he's having a decent day out there. I'd imagine a game like he had on Friday night's going to build some confidence. That's one thing. Was it Phil? I thought I heard Phil say this once throughout training camp. Like, man, Stiddy went from this kind of like, I'm loud. Remember, he's throwing fake flags up in the air and thinking he's in this competition with Bo to like, ooh, I'm being passed by Sam Ellinger now. Friday night, bringing him some confidence, and it sounds like that's paying off today for Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Jarrett Stidham lacked confidence in training camp. We've seen every practice for Jarrett Stidham, and it hasn't been what you wanted it to be. And then the game, he was better. Now, ahead of the game, we said, hey, Jarrett Stidham's probably going to look at least solid, if not, in fact, good. Jarrett Stidham looked good. Now, that's the preseason. That's the fact that he's got plenty of experience. That's the fact that in more of a game situation, guys can be gamers. There are plenty of players in NFL history, including quarterbacks. I remember Chad Pennington out of Marshall when he was with the Jets. The whole story, even with the Dolphins, also is like he's terrible in practice, and then he's okay in the game. Chad Pennington a better quarterback than Jarrett Stidham, but that does exist at the quarterback position. So maybe Stidham is that guy. I still don't trust him in big moments. I still don't trust him even after one preseason game, but it was good to see his confidence back because just like in life, confidence can help take you places that you didn't think you could go. So maybe he gets his confidence back and plays better football.
Yeah, we will see. I'm like you said, I still don't go, hey, if something were to happen to Bo, and I'll knock on wood for that statement, everything will be okay. No, I don't think that. I don't think that with Jarrett Stidham. I don't think that with Sam Ehlinger. I don't think that with any backup quarterback. If you were good enough to be a starter, you would be a starter. All right, so we'll give you more information as it comes into us as to what's going on out at practice today. But since we kind of got into it there, I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into that because we all want to see the offense. We want to see what Davis would do as a play caller, how Jonah would look in NFL action number one. But you said something about VJ and his defense and the way they looked, and that maybe being one of your bigger takeaways. Did you see a different version of VJ's strategy or the players executing it differently?
I saw a different strategy.
Okay, tell me about it.
The different strategy is it's okay to abandon your post if you think you can make a play. I think you're going to see this team gamble a little bit more. Not the degenerate gambling like my buddy Jason up there trying to make that money for his energy drinks and weed stash off of DraftKings. I'm talking about gamble on the field.
Good luck, Jason.
Exactly.
The millions are trying the same strategy.
Your breakfast burritos are on you next time, Jason. Anyway, for me, it's about trusting where you're at, trusting your eyes, and then just going to make a play and understanding that they're a bend but don't break defense, right? They've been that under Vance Joseph. That's who they are. So what does that mean? You strengthen when you get in the 20s. Guess what happens when you're not inside the 20? They're going to take more risks. So it's okay, hey, there's a big play that gets them inside the 20. Well, that's when the Broncos defense tightens up. But before you get inside the 20, they're going to be a lot more aggressive and they're going to take a lot more chances. So I'm just want to condition Broncos country. Be ready for this defense to give up some plays because they're going to take a chance and just barely get that and miss that pick, and then that's going to be a big play. As long as this team stops them inside the 20 where they can regroup and then strengthen, I think that's their plan of attack. So it's a different kind of mindset in terms of just trust where you're at and go ahead and take that chance.
Okay.
We're good on the backside. Unless you're safety and there's nobody behind you, we're good in terms of that's what VJ seems to be professing because you saw a distinct difference on Friday night.
I like that. I like that, hey, you're not just getting stuck in your old ways because it works really well, and nobody would blame VJ if that were the case. But the first thing, right when you said it, I reached my hands for this schedule, and I went Patrick Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence, Matt Stafford, Justin Herbert. Those are the four really, really good quarterbacks that you're going to face in the first 6 weeks. Throw in Brock Purdy. We'll see where they're at that point. Throw in Sam Darnold. We'll see where they are at that point. That's a short week, too, so that adds a little bit more to the conversation. But I went, all right, yeah, Tua Tagovailoa and Cooper Rush, probably much more comfortable taking a chance on. You feel that same way? Are they going to have that same energy against Mahomes, Trevor, and Matt Stafford in the first 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think they will. And now those quarterbacks are better than Tua. Did you see the Michael Penix thing?
No.
Tua's talking, and I can't say what he says on the air. Tua's talking to his teammates, and Penix is behind him, and he points to him like this. He's like, this?
Oh, and in the game.
In the game, yeah. This is the guy you wanted? I think that's what he says. This is the guy you wanted? So, yeah, it's a lot different story when you're facing Pat Mahomes than Tua. So get prepared to have some of those top quarterbacks kind of get you a little bit, but also be prepared for the Broncos defense to get you back. They're going to be okay being aggressive. So if that's the case, which I love, by the way, if they're going to be okay being aggressive, then you all out there need to be okay with them maybe getting got once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get you back. The idea, the mantra, the mindset to get more turnovers, it's here to stay.
Yeah. I mean, I think about, again, the Mahomes, the top-tier quarterbacks, I'm a little worrisome on that. But I told you a month ago, like, man, maybe Pat should bait some guys into some more throws. That's kind of what we're talking about here. Like, you're showing something that's not actually there, and maybe you're baiting one of those quarterbacks into doing something, and then you're going the other way.
I just don't think Pat's going to do that.
It's just not his thing?
It's not his thing. I think Surtain, when we talk about turnovers, think of Jaquan, Riley Moss, Jahdae Barron, obviously, maybe some of those linebackers. More strip sacks, but that's a different story. As far as, like, interceptions, I don't see a surge of interceptions coming from Pat Surtain. He doesn't get thrown out enough, and his style isn't that.
Mm-hmm.
Unless that changes, we'll see. He'll have a couple of picks this year.
Look, I'm honestly,
Riley Moss could have 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm surprised VJ's changing his approach. Like, it's not broke at all. And here he is trying to, fix it, for lack of a better term.
Can they be better? Yes,
they could be
can.
better. They
More
definitely
turnovers.
can be better.
Yep.
One of our texters is reminding us that Big Al had a Christmas album back in the day on The Fan. This might have been pre my time. I don't remember that.
Okay,
at all.
as kind of a fan historian, I don't remember that.
You would know better than anybody.
Now I want to talk to Mike Evans because we go over like history of the Fan together and figure out if we can find it.
Yeah,
because some of those tapes are in my office.
He's no longer doing radio, but we still chat once in a while. I know you know Gil Whiteley,
of course,
and you know his voice, right?
Yeah.
He did a Christmas album too. And it was exactly what you're thinking it was right now in your head. So shout out to Al and our old buddy Gil Whiteley over there. Big Al, the legend, of course. All right, let's have a conversation about these Denver Broncos and continue to hear a little bit more from Sean Payton. I want to check back in with Sean Payton and talk a little bit more about that running game, what he saw out of a guy like Jonah Coleman, and we'll do that coming up next.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery and Monarch Construction and Roofing. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. What if you had the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years guaranteed? Thanks to Xfinity, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Now through August 24th, get the best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. You're guaranteed 5 years of super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats and finds and fixes issues before you even notice them. No annual contracts or commitments, no hidden fees, and the best equipment included. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win. Like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later.
Sound familiar, Dale?
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Colorado. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
At Applied Future Technologies, they use AI and automation to solve real business problems. How much time does your team lose to repetitive tasks, manual data entry, and searching through information? They build practical solutions around your organization's unique needs. Tools that organize and analyze information, streamline workflows, reduce backlogs, and support faster decisions. Give your team more time to focus on what matters most. Discover what Applied Future Technologies can automate for you at appliedfuture.com. Summer weather can be full of surprises. If your home has been affected by the recent storms, trust a local professional roofer with decades of combined experience. Golden Spike Roofing is here for all your repair or roof replacement needs. Call today for a free inspection and estimate for roofing done right down to the last nail.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. A lot of new firms aren't even from Colorado, but we are. For 47 years, we've known Colorado law, we've fought for our neighbors, and we won for our community. If you've been injured, call 303-GOOD-LAW.
Bluebird Windows and Doors has been servicing Colorado's Front Range for over a decade with products built for Colorado's ever-changing climate. Get windows, doors, and siding manufactured to last a lifetime, backed by strong warranties. Buy more, save more this August. When you mention you heard about Bluebird from me, Mike Evans, you'll save an additional 5%. With all the Bluebird days in Colorado, enjoy it while looking through beautiful, energy-efficient windows from Bluebird. Financing options available. Visit gobluebirdco.com. Bluebird Windows and Doors. Make today a Bluebird day.
When Vantage walks your property for a threat zone analysis, they don't send a salesman. They send a security pro with years of experience designing and installing these systems. The same pro who walks your property, designs your system, installs your cameras, and picks up the phone 3 years later when you need them. Same team, start to finish. That's the Vantage standard. Invest in real security for your home. Call Vantage at 720-366-7759 or visit vssicolorado.com today.
Tired of or fearful of hearing no? Let us say yes. We can help you get your loan approved with our expanded guidelines, less than perfect credit okay, high debt to income ratios, and more. Call U.S. Mortgages at 303 low rate.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Experience the new $3 Pepper Jack Steak Burrito and Decadent Melty or Crisp Fresca. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Tax extra.
It's Training Camp 2026 Unfinished Business. Here's Dover and Cecil, powered by Denver Roof Pros and Beyond.
On red zone stuff right now. Wattenberg then goes off the field and goes and does some individual things while the team's going to do a little more red zone work. I'd imagine, this is all speculation because I don't know anything, right? Yeah, they're going to run the ball a little bit more in the red zone, and they don't want anybody to be rolling up on Wattenberg the way he got rolled up on to originally cause some of this issue, or other guys getting rolled up on.
Right.
So just being safe down there at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit. But we are getting some work here. Looks like Stiddy is basically getting all of the reps with the twos today. And again, as we said, I don't think anybody should be surprised about that based on how he performed on Friday night. Sam will get his opportunities, but as Kliss told us Friday on the show, Sam Ehlinger has to take the job from Jarrett Stidham. It's like beating a champion, right? You can't tie because then the champion's still the champion. You've got to go out and take it from him. Sam has that task in front of him, and it looks like Stidham created a little bit of separation with his performance on Friday.
So much so that I'm not even sure if Sam would be the number 2 quarterback on Friday against the Packers. Sam might start against the Vikings if he continues to put up a fight in training camp, but that game, there was a distance, you could tell. The distance between Jarrett Stidham and Sam Ehlinger is there. Ehlinger can make up ground with his running ability that Stidham does not possess. But as of right now, it's pretty much clear Stidham is the number 2.
Okay. So that's what's going on right now over at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit. As we get information, we will certainly be passing it along to the tribe. Sean Payton talking after the game on Friday night and was asked about something, well, he struggles with from time to time when he was the play caller. What'd Sean see from the running backs?
Pleased with that. And look, I thought the runners played well, and I thought we blocked them pretty well. And, it's a kind of a heavy front. They'll play some base, like we'll see. But I thought all those guys, I know we had one fumble, but those guys ran hard.
Dude, 9 people ran with the ball, and Jeremy Crawshaw didn't know what the hell he was doing at one point and had to run with the football. That's probably the snapper who had a couple of issues in that game. So Crawshaw, good job, good effort, but that looked very, very strange. I like the amount that they were running the football. I told you, the very first drive, when you get within goal line, my brain is like conditioned to go, oh, here comes some stupid trick play that's not going to work because Sean wants to prove it to everybody. And then you go fullback run for a touchdown. I was completely fired up by that. Then they stop Atlanta in the ensuing drive. Drive 2 for the Denver Broncos, run play, run play, run play on 3 consecutive snaps. I don't know if that's going to translate to the regular season, but I'm going to react to the only thing I have in front of me right now, they put a little bit of an emphasis, they being Davis, on the running game.
Yeah, the run game was there, and it was glorious because that's what it needs to be. I don't need the lip service from Sean saying a quarterback's best friend is a ground game. I need to see it. We saw it, and it was glorious. And we saw it with Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah.
What's that look like with Bo Nix?
Who's way faster, more athletic, more agile.
Can run, better passer, and then it's just pick your poison. I think if you are an opposing defense, let's say you're Steve Spagnuolo in week 1, old guy. And because of old guy, I guarantee you this. Not only because Spags is a little bit older, you face the Denver Broncos, you're going to have old man ass all week. And by that, I mean the bubble guts.
Yeah.
You're probably going to be sitting on the throne. You're probably going to be upset. You'll have an upset stomach. Because how do you cover Jalen Waddle, Cortland Sutton, Evan Ingram, Pat Bryant, R.J. Harvey, J.K. Dobbins, Jonah Coleman, and Bo Nix? How do you do that? You got a chance to be unstoppable with this Broncos offense, and we saw that. If you're running the ball, it's essentially pick your poison. Do you want 1,000 paper cuts with that 6 yards carry from Jonah Coleman, or are you going to take a chance and go single coverage on Jalen Waddle and then got him for a 60-yard touchdown?
I mean, if you're putting 8 guys in the box to slow down the running game, you have multiple options on the outside to be killed by.
You cannot put 8 in the box. You put 8 in the box against Denver, Bo Nix will kill you.
But what they do last year, that's the formula.
Exactly.
And they played right into their hand, and sometimes that's what put them in the situation they were in. Payton also asked about the running backs, and specifically your dude in Jonah Coleman.
What we've been seeing, right? And then you see enough of it, and you're like, all right, when you stop needing to, and look, he's had a good camp, and I liked his balance coming out of some of the tackles, and so I thought overall that group had a good night.
And I know you said it. There's multiple things you can take away. That's Sean being humble of like, yeah, we've seen it. That's why we drafted him. I'm smart as hell. You guys should follow suit.
Right.
That spin move, though, it's contact. It's a spin move to not just get out of the tackler. He spins away from oncoming traffic where the rest of the cavalry's coming from. So he's taking the contact, keeping his head up and eyes downfield to realize here's where contact's coming from for round 2.
Yep.
I'm going to spin away from that to create more opportunity for myself. That's not what a rookie does, dude. The rookies don't have that wherewithal about what's happening in real time on the field like I saw out of Jonah Coleman on Friday.
Well, and not to be that guy, but I am that guy. You're not that guy, pal. No, I am. When it comes to Jonah Coleman, he set that up. This wasn't just like he took contact and he spun. With his body motion, he lured that player in to him and his contact that he did spin off of. And that's fantastic for this team because that's a rookie with incredible vision and incredible upside to be the lead back for this team eventually one day. I mean, you saw it. If you're J.K. Dobbins, you got to know, dude, you got to stay healthy or Jonah Coleman will take your job and you will never get it back. We saw that. And the little nuances that he does, the patience, the fact that he's got that burst, that spin move wasn't just him finding daylight and then spinning and getting more daylight. By the way, it took 4 defenders to bring him down on that play.
Yeah.
That spin move was set up by the moves behind the line of scrimmage. Again, I urge everyone, go back and watch that play. Watch it before the spin. Watch how he holds the inside. C.J. Anderson used to do this. You hold the inside. You know that outside lane's going to be there. The defender crashes in. You take that outside lane instead. He gives you contact, but you're able to spin off of it. That is
like
a
baiting
play.
them to come that direction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is a play that Jonah sets up with his patience. He lets the defense over pursue. He creates his own rushing lanes with guile. There's many ways to create your own rushing lanes. You do it with speed. You do it with juke moves. You do it with power. Jonah Coleman could do it with all 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's glorious.
Dude, every time he pops, keep thinking about you telling J.K. Dobbins not to go to the bathroom. Every time Jonah does something well, I'm like, dude, Cecil said don't go to the bathroom. And he's been right about it all camp long. I got to read 2 texts from the RamosLaw.com text line.
2 texts?
From the same listener.
Okay.
Carp Carrying Mail. He writes, Vaughn to the Cowboys. Well, you can't accuse him of being a ring chaser anymore, which is pretty good. I wish I'd have thought of that, man. I'd have loved to tweet that bad boy
that is
out.
awesome. That is awesome.
That's a great text. And then he responds to it with a text about Stiddy, how Stiddy got his groove back coming this preseason. Might be what Jarrett Stidham is doing. Again, Jarrett Stidham could look like the best backup quarterback in the NFL. And when we got to September 14th, I'd be praying to the football gods that he never has to take a snap in a regular season game. I'm out on Stiddy. He can make himself look better, and I can go, yeah, I'll give him the credit for doing some of the work. Please never have to play a meaningful snap of football for my team, the Denver Broncos.
You're not going to win any games if Stidham's in there, unless you win with defense in the ground game, which I guess maybe you could with the way this defense is playing in the ground game is. But Jarrett Stidham's just a caretaker. He's not a good backup quarterback, but whatever. Might I opine?
Please.
Talking about Jarrett Stidham too much.
Think so?
I don't care about Jarrett Stidham. Like, just get Bo Nix out there. I think Friday against the Packers, we're going to see what this offense can really look like.
I mean, look, today's about what they did Friday. He's a big part of that conversation.
He is.
So we'll have a conversation about what's going on out at Broncos Park coming up at noon. In the meantime, why don't we check our Twitter timeline as to what's going on there. Cecil, I've got a couple tweets. You've got a couple of tweets. Alex, I'm going to have to ask you to get something. Michael Porter Jr. said something wild, crazy, about his championship ring with the Nuggets. I don't know if I want to hate him or understand where he's coming from. Let's all decide together next.
Catch up on everything happening at DenverSports.com. Weeknights from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. with Denver Sports Tonight. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
At Progressive, we know making a difference starts with making things happen. That's why we're partnering with organizations in your community to make change happen. By helping veterans get the reliable transportation they need, helping small businesses with everyday challenges, and providing aspiring homeowners with the educational resources to help them get into their first home. It's just another way we continue to innovate. Because you can't spell progressive without progress. Visit progressive.com/purpose to learn more. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
As Coloradans, we know how important it is to protect our homes. And unfortunately, wildfires are a reality here. It's Zach, and that's why I trust 50-80 Exteriors, a 2-time President's Club winner offering Class A fire-rated products designed to help protect your home. Thinking about upgrading your outdoor living space? Now's the time. Purchase a new deck during the month of August and get free solar railing lights. No payments and no interest until 2027 for qualified buyers. 50-80 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Hi, this is Larry Jager with SCL Mortgage. It's home buying season in Colorado, and we can offer you the best loan program at the best available rate. Visit us at myspecialmortgage.com or call 303-790-2222, NMLS number 1200716.
The 2 most exciting words in barbecue: free brisket. Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. And yes, I'm excited to announce the return of free brisket to the best free meal in Denver. Thanks to the generosity of a listener, Barbecue Bob Kunkel, who donated thousands of dollars of free brisket. It will be on the menu for our free meal on Thursday, August 20th from 4 to 6 p.m. at E Hills Church at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road. You aren't going to want to miss this delicious smoked brisket meal. It's my special recipe with a secret that infuses the meat with a ton of flavor. Want some? It's easy. Just come to Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road between 4 to 6 p.m. on Thursday, August 20th. You just pull up and pop the trunk. We put the free groceries in your trunk and pass that delicious brisket through the window. No questions asked. If you need any more details, feel free to call us at 303-LAW-4040. That's 303-LAW-4040. 4040.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
It's summer sale time in Colorado. Hi folks, Dan Cicchini, done right kitchens, baths, counters, floors, finished basements, windows, and doors since 1985. Book now for select install dates this fall and save 14% on your done right remodel up to $3,000. DRHI.com.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
Don't at me, bro. It's time to check your ex.
Why are you stalking me?
No, not that ex. Twitter, unfollow. Here's Dover and Cecil to help you swipe, scroll, and screenshot your way through today's top headlines.
Power of social media. I'm on Team Gets It.
All right, what's happening on our Twitter timelines that we want to share with the tribe? Always enjoy this segment. Have some fun with Check Your Ex. Follow the crew at Kistner Radio at 5280 Nuggets Mine. And my man Cecil Lammy is at Cecil Lammy. Follow the crew. Let them know you're a part of the tribe. I got a couple tweets, Cecil. I want to know what's cracking on your timeline. First up, a basketball tweet. Michael Jr. Porter.
Michael Jr. Porter.
He is no longer a Nugget. Obviously a champion with the Denver Nuggets from a few years back. But he was on a podcast. Or perhaps it's his podcast. I don't know. There are too many podcasts. But
did he say some wild stuff? Because every time MPJ is on a podcast, he says something controversial or wild. But it's the truth.
I think this will be a little controversial, and I like I said, I want us to come to our answer together, whatever the conclusion may be, because I can see both sides, and I understand why some folks are going to go, "Oh, I can't believe he would say this." Here's what Michael had to say about his championship ring with the Nuggets.
I'll sell my championship ring for not even that much. It doesn't mean nothing to me. I got the championship. That's like, why do I need the ring? Like, I'm like, that's like trophies when you were growing up. I don't know if you played sports. You got a trophy. Like, you don't care about those anymore? Like, I got a ring. Everybody knows I got a ring that's stamped on my, but I don't really care about the materialistic like ring of it. If I go broke, I'm selling that joint.
All right, so he doesn't care about the ring. He would sell it, and he doesn't think he would even ask that much. And then at the end, you hear him say,
how much?
If I go broke, I'm selling that joint. Well, he's not broke yet. Let's see how the life plays out for Michael. Hopefully he never has to experience that, but, you know, we've seen that story before with professional athletes. So here's where my brain goes, Cease. He says the little kid trophy comment. That's all relatable to us.
Yeah.
I hope you guys won some trophies growing up playing sports. I did. And then you get to, like, 13, and then you're like, what am I going to do with all these trophies? And then you win some stuff in high school, and then you get out of high school, and you're like, well, what am I going to do with that medal that doesn't mean anything? I got a T-shirt that says we won the Front Range League in 1998, 1999, and it's got all of our names on it. And it's like, all right, well, I don't like half of those guys. You know, what am I supposed to do with that T-shirt? So then you just throw all that stuff away, right? So for Michael, he's doing that, but with an NBA championship ring, something none of us can comprehend. I don't know anything about an NBA championship ring. Hopefully that's changing soon. But like to us, that's like sacrilege. How could you? How dare you? We waited for 47 years for this city to experience that, and then you just disrespect it that way. So that part of it, if you want to be mad, be mad. I could get with you on that.
Yeah.
But then there's also the, like when he relates it to childhood trophies, it resonates with me.
Yeah, I mean, we all have that kind of stuff, or at least we should. Now, here's the thing. Grown man gets mad at another grown man for his decision on doing something with something he owns. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So
when you lay it out like that, it's very weird.
Oh my God, he would sell it. It's his. It's his. Yeah. I don't care. Like, is it odd? Sure. But I've watched enough Pawn Stars to know that those guys run across those rings once in a while, right? Best I can do is $50.
Yeah.
That's what Rick's gonna give him. Best I can do,
like,
$50.
Dude, that's Lamar Odom's ring. What do you mean $50?
So yeah, it's his. Is it odd? Would I do it? No, of course not. I would Well, I'd be like our guy, Ryan Harris. I'd wear that thing everywhere.
The ring
right?
plays, says Ryan Harris.
Exactly.
The ring plays.
The ring plays. Yep.
See, if Michael's into it, Alex, Kevin, me, you, we pull our money together, and we have joint custody of that ring like it's our little baby.
Okay.
I'll sell my Avalanche ring today to get in on that Michael Porter Jr. ring. Now, look, I'm him now.
Exactly. Are people outraged now? Is Hockey Gandalf going to come in here and kick down the door because you would sell your Avs ring to get a Nuggets ring?
It's really cool that I have that Avalanche ring, but I'm sort of in the same boat as Michael Porter Jr. Like, all right, what am I supposed to do with this thing? So, yeah, I'd trade that baby straight up right now for MPJ's championship ring. I would be into that immediately.
Smiling so hard, my cheekbones is cramping. They're cramping up. The cheekbones is cramping.
I love Jameis Winston. All right, I saw this tweet. I immediately thought of our crew. The tweet reads from somebody named Trevor Kelly. Don't know who it is. It was on my For You page. I'm hammered drunk. I just threw on Tim Duncan highlights. Time to teach my girlfriend who the big fundamental is.
Yeah.
Here's my question. Whose highlights are we throwing on? Hammered drunk.
For your lady?
To teach the lady.
Yeah.
Put her on game on something she's unaware of.
What sport? Because it's MJ.
You pick.
It's
MJ.
Watching Tim Duncan. What are you trying to bore her to death? He's trying to bore her to death so she'll fall asleep, or it's going to be so boring she's like, you know what? Let's fool around.
Ooh,
let's have a little sexy time. You're like, oh, big fundamentals? Because if you're watching MJ, she might be so entertained like you don't get none.
She's like, great. He uses the backboard. What next?
He can do a bank shot in a turnaround. Awesome. No, it's MJ. It's MJ.
See,
MJ.
I went like very specific to my life. So, I love the Indiana Hoosiers. Growing up, I thought I was going to be the next Damon Bailey. It's okay that no one knows who that is because you shouldn't know who that is. But he was this tiny little white guy on Indiana's basketball team in the early 90s that could fill it up from beyond the arc. And that's all he could do is come, catch girls, shoot, and just make threes. I would teach Kelsey all about that because then I'd go, come to my next rec league game. Tell me you don't see Damon Bailey in this. Tell me you don't see Damon Bailey. So I'd put her on Damon Bailey Indiana highlights from 1992.
Okay.
And she'd be bored quickly and hopefully a little,
Okay.
Let's go. Do you want a massage kind of thing going on after that?
It's never a massage. It's never a massage.
Alex, whose highlights you throwing on?
Okay, I'm going to be a little recency bias here just because I love Nikola Jokic.
Okay, that's not a bad answer.
Rookie year Nikola Jokic highlights, and after every highlight, it'd be like, and that's when I knew. And that's when I knew he was the guy.
I like that. That's
and
very
like,
specific.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But every other player.
You're like, no, I knew before.
Yeah,
I knew
that
before.
play right there, I knew it was going to happen. Like that was the moment.
My question is, why would she be your lady if she doesn't know who the big fundamental is already?
That's a fair point.
You know what I mean?
That's a fair point.
I'm going to put on some highlights. Girl, she should already know that.
I wish you put your name on this 970. I'd show her Allen Iverson highlights so that she knows size isn't the most important thing.
Check out these Nate Robinson highlights. He was an animal.
Spud Webb. Who's Spud Webb?
Oh, my God. That is the best. Nobody's going to top that answer.
Little Muggsy.
970.
Little Muggsy. You can put on Muggsy Bogues.
Oh, that is good. All right, Cecil, let's figure out what's happened on your timeline.
Shakira. This one coming in from Daniel Rothman, who takes a shot at Chase Daniel. Chase Daniel actually went on Twitter, and this is so stupid. He said somebody owes Dan Orlovsky an apology because Ty Simpson looks like the best rookie quarterback.
Oh, wow.
In one preseason game.
Yeah.
Chase, first off, that's stupid. Don't say that. Secondly, Dan Orlovsky's wrong on a million players.
Yeah.
So, you want an apology? What?
He's more wrong
Ty
than he is
Simpson
right.
was not a first-round graded player. Now, it's Sean McVay. It's about fit. Is McVay going to get the best out of him? Of course. Did McVay even want him? I'm not sure about that based on McVay's reactions when Ty Simpson was taken by Les Snead. But to ask for an apology after one preseason game for your buddy that works in the media and sucks up to Pat McAfee with his terrible album, come on. Chase Daniel, you're better than this. You're better than this. And, he must be looking for a new podcast host or something since his co-host got retired and...
Retired's an interesting way to put it.
Mike Vrabel's kid, whatever, allegedly or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's I think that's so stupid. There's overreacting to the preseason, and then there's what Chase Daniel did. You owe Dan Orlovsky an apology. How about Orlovsky owes us all an apology for having to listen to him talk?
Mm-hmm. Have you heard him break down quarterbacks? He breaks down quarterbacks the way he used to play the position. Really poorly.
Run out of bounds.
Yeah, really, really poorly. So, yeah, Dan Orlovsky, not really my cup of tea. You got another quick one?
Of course. I always got
Oh, my
God.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Play it again.
It's that Lion King guy.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's a lion. Oh, my God. Okay, I never knew I needed this, but Boomhauer on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I love the collabs, right? Like when you take one thing and you combine it with another, like what's that look like? Somebody did Hank Hill as Stone Cold Steve Austin. And now all I'm thinking about is like King of the Hill, but with wrestlers.
Wrestling character. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
And his shirt says, what? 316.
What? 316. What?
Dude,
316.
that is so good.
Yeah, Hank Hill actually could pull it off.
Yes, he
Stone
could.
Cold Steve Austin, Hank Hill.
You know what bugs me a little bit? She's not listening right now. My lady doesn't give King of the Hill the respect that I think it deserves.
What?
Yeah, she's like not. It'll pop up sometimes. You know, I'm like, oh, cool. King of the Hill's on for the next hour. Let's watch a couple episodes.
Damn it, Bobby.
And she's like, no, it's one of the worst shows of all time.
What?
And I'm like, oh no, dang.
How do you change an opinion that is wrong when it's your lady?
I know.
Because you got to be very, very sensitive, very delicate,
I mean,
right?
too
You can't
deep.
say,
No, I can't, like,
babe,
leave.
you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're totally wrong. You can't necessarily say that.
Can't go to the store for smokes and never come back, right? Not over King of the Hill.
Over King of the Hill.
But I am upset.
Hey, what happened to you and her? It's King of the Hill. It's complicated.
I said something about King of the Hill. He went to King Supers and never returned. I don't know what happened.
Okay, I mean, I did break up with a girl because she didn't like PM Dawn, so.
See? That's not out of the
PM
world.
Dawn was my closer. All right, throw on some PM Dawn. She's like, can you change the music?
Didn't
I'm
work,
like,
huh?
see ya.
All right, that's what we do every day at 11:45. Have a little fun checking our X on our Twitter timelines and sharing it with the tribe. Let's get into our lunch hour. Hour number 3, quarter number 3. We're in studio today. We'll tell you what we've learned about Broncos practice today, what were our big takeaways from the preseason game on Friday night. That's coming at you next.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
When your joints hurt every day and you've been told you need surgery, it can feel like there's only one option. Do your homework first. Remember, once a joint is replaced, there's no going back. Hey, it's Mike Evans. Before you schedule surgery, consider getting a second opinion from QC Kinetics. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you should have. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to deliver relief to patients like you right here in Denver. They concentrate tiny healing tools within your body right in the spot that's actually causing the pain. The whole idea is to give you a real shot at holding off on surgery, or in some cases, avoiding it altogether. And that's why it makes sense to explore every option before making a decision that can change your life. Call QC Kinetics today for a second opinion and know your options. A conversation and consultation are totally free. Call today, 303-900-8986, 303-900-8986, with locations in Aurora, Superior, Highlands Ranch, and the Springs. It's QC Kinetics.
Are you looking for the perfect engagement ring? Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthew's Fine Watches and Jewelry. We have a great selection to choose from. If you're looking for that one-of-a-kind custom ring, our associates will take the time with you to design that ring that she will love, and her friends will go crazy over. At Matthews, when you purchase your ring and Centerstone, you'll receive 20% off your wedding bands. Make the right choice. Come to Matthews and save.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry, located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
Rob Dino here at BeatTheDA.com.
DenverSports.com. I've handled over 7,000 cases, 300 trials. Let's face it, divorce is really impactful. You may have a controlling spouse. You may have a violent spouse. You may have been a victim of a domestic violence. You may be wrongfully accused of domestic violence. This all affects parenting rights. And let's face it, the kids are the most important. These are the things that need to be handled. They need to be handled appropriately by someone that's going to protect your kids and protect your rights. Hit me up at beattheda.com, 720-706-5151.
This is the sound of Lucy, staying on top of her spending. You see, even though she's buying a new pair of jeans, she knows that it fits within her monthly budget. Because Wells Fargo will send an alert if her balance drops below her set amount. Yep, nothing gets past Lucy, or Wells Fargo for that matter. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. What if you had the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years guaranteed? Thanks to Xfinity, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Now through August 24th, get the best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. You're guaranteed 5 years of super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats and finds and fixes issues before you even notice them. No annual contracts or commitments, no hidden fees, and the best equipment included. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
The Tree Farm's 50-cent tree sale starts Thursday, August 20th. It's our biggest sale of the year with thousands of carry-out size trees that are easy to handle and easy to plant. Buy the first tree at regular price and get a second tree for only 50 cents. Choose from thousands of shade trees, flowering trees, fruit trees, evergreen trees, ornamental trees, and more. The Tree Farm's 50-cent tree sale starts Thursday, August 20th.
I-25 to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
Lunch hits different with us. You're locked into KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. This is Dover and Cecil, brought to you by Wayback Burgers. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents
where they beat up on the Falcons 27-7, or maybe it's an and. Do both. Tribe roll call, trucker roll call. Who are you? Where are you? What you doing for a buck out there today? Let us give you a shout out. Let us give your company a little love, especially if you own that baby. So 2 things, tribe roll call and your Broncos takeaways. Who stood out to you? What was your big takeaway? Maybe you have a couple. 2 ways to tell us. 303-713-1043 is the first. That's the RamosLaw.com text line. Those that use their name on the end of the text is going to have a better shot of getting it read on air. And then over on YouTube, if you're watching the show on YouTube, we appreciate you doing that. YouTube.com/DenverSports. Get in on our tribe chat. That feed is fueled by our friends over at Champ Honda. So, Cecil, you and I were both watching the game. I did check in briefly with you on your post-game show. The real reason, I'll tell you off the air.
Ha!
I think you know.
The answer was yes.
All right, nice. That's what I was hoping for. And you were sounding great. Nice little, as you call it, the brain dump that was going on. So he's going to be on our YouTube page after every Broncos game, breaking it all down. But a couple of your big takeaways, like I said, we could have just done the whole show on that first drive, breaking down exactly what that first play or that first drive was, 69 yards, and it ends with a touchdown. Starts with the play action pass to Pat Bryant. And again, I don't think they're overthinking this at all, but I also kind of like the Davis and Sean kind of working, that guy behind the tree of like, it's the preseason. Bo's not playing.
Yeah.
There's no way they think that we're going to come out with a pass. And then they hit him with the
And
play
it's a
action.
pass.
And Pat Bryant comes back to his quarterback, a perfectly ran route. He hits PB. That was like, all right, take him out.
Done.
Don't do anything else,
Done.
Pat. We need you on September 14th, followed by an RJ run, then another fullback run. They get that downfield shot to Sutton. He stops, comes back, catches the football, and then they go right back to the fullback. 6 plays, 69 yards like that.
Nice.
7 points up on the board after the extra point. I absolutely love that. 1st and goal, and you know what Davis didn't do? I'm so excited about this. He didn't overthink. What's simple, man? We got a good offensive line.
Yeah.
Even our depth pieces are better than theirs on the offensive line. And at that moment, you had the starters in there. Don't overthink it. We're 4 yards away from 6 points. Get the 4 yards following your giant offensive line and the huge thighs on Adam Prentice, and they did it. I was excited that the fullback ran it in for the touchdown, and you know how I feel about fullbacks.
You're so excited still to this day.
Dude, I'm like, again, my lady hates me when their games are on because I'm telling her, like, babe, Davis
Adam
Webb,
Prentice.
like, listen, 2 fullbacks downfield, easy, like
19 seconds.
It was so impressive to see. She hates when I watch
I
sports
think
with
it's
her, but-
awesome because you're so excited about that, but there's something that you have yet to mention, brother.
What is it?
And I think this is what we're talking about. If I'm wrong, just please tell me.
Okay.
Aren't the first 15 or the opening sequence better? How many times last year? I asked Joe Lombardi about it more than once. Lombardi never had a good answer for me because it was always an excuse of like, well, we talk it over as a group and then blah, 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 blah. That first 15, or at least your first sequences, were just right on the money. Right on the money. And everything seemed to have a purpose to work to then set something up for later on. Sutton doesn't get that wide open early on if you come out and you go pass, 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 pass.
Yep.
Right? You set it up. You say you're going to run more, and then you throw it to Pat Bryant. But you continue to hammer with the ground game in spots. The rhythm felt good. The plays made sense. You know what I mean? There wasn't any sort of out of order. Sean has talked about this, and it's odd because, well, we talked about it all year, last year, about how it was bad and how it could be better. And then Sean Payton's talking about it after this game. The mere word is sequencing. The sequencing was better for Davis Webb. Now, that's on Davis, and it's not that Sean's whatever. Like, it's Sean's offense. But the way in the order that you call plays matters. And you saw how much it mattered for Davis Webb because they look so sharp. They look like they knew what they were doing, and they look like they knew what they were doing after what they did what they were doing.
Yeah.
So there wasn't any sort of like, oh, what do you do in this situation? They were like, no, let's take a chunk here. Let's take a chunk here. Let's run the ball here. Let's go fullback dive here. They're not expecting this. Let's go back to the fullback dive. Like, that was awesome to see. So Davis Webb, kudos to you. 5 stars. I don't care if it makes Jaden Daniels mad. 5 stars for Davis Webb, and it was simply outstanding because of the sequencing was outstanding.
It's like the football can be complex if you want it to be or you need it to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be. And that's what it was. There were common sense solutions from Sean Payton's problems from a year ago that Davis Webb solved in week 1 of the preseason. What's that look like when we're around Thanksgiving? What's that look like after a bye week when they're welcoming the Raiders to put it on them? How much better or more grasp does he have on what this team's going to be? That's what it is to me. It was common sense solutions to Payton problems that he created for himself a year ago by not being more balanced, by not taking just what's right in front of you and trying to prove it every single time you were calling the play. You don't have to do that. The results will speak for themselves. And after one game, and I know it's just one, and it's the preseason, and there's a lot of proving to be done. But I can only evaluate what's in front of me, and right now I'm doing it with the preseason game. A freaking plus for Davis Webb.
A++. I feel like the teacher on Christmas Story where she's like, A+++++ for Davis Webb all the way down the chalkboard. It was great to see, and it's probably comforting for Sean. I think Davis is going to have to fight this probably, well, honestly, it's Sean, probably the entire season. But like every single game and every single week, just settle Sean down. You know, showcase what you're doing in the sequencing in which you're calling the plays. And Sean's listening. He's got the headset on. And by the way, his microphone was still down because I was like, how engaged is Sean? He looks bored. It looks like, and you don't see the play sheet over his mouth anymore, you know what I mean? The run the ball, you don't see him hiding his mouth.
Yeah.
But his mic was still down, and once in a while you'd see him jaw a little bit. So I was like, I wonder what he's saying. I wonder what, because he was checking into how did he like how the plays were being called. He gave it a stamp of approval because he really didn't get in Davis Webb's way at all.
No.
Which is great.
Yeah, so when he talks, is it to Davis?
It's to Davis and Bo. I'm pretty sure they're
Okay.
both in,
So you can
in
hear
each
both
other's
of
ear.
those
Right.
things. All right, so yeah, Davis Webb, absolutely outstanding. Jahdae Barron, I'm hesitant to say outstanding, but I know he scored a touchdown. He had a pick six, had a near interception. If he had that second interception, I'd be much closer to an outstanding game from Jahdae Barron. 2 turnovers, and one of them he took to the house. Reed gets a bunch of credit for the first one, but he still caught it. He still outran everybody, so I got to see more out of Jahdae Barron. But he helped himself more than honestly, did he help himself in Friday night's preseason game more than he's ever helped himself as a Denver Bronco?
Yeah.
I think he probably has.
Yeah.
That was the best we've seen Jahdae Barron. First round pick, 20th selection overall in the NFL draft a year ago, and it took until August 14th, 2026 for him to show us anything.
Yeah, and that's the thing. At least he did, and it gives us clues, and it gives him confidence. I think the main thing for Jahdae Barron, we talk about Jarrett Stidham's confidence, and we'll get back to that and talk more about Stidham and what he showed and how it can help him going forward. The player that there's a lot of expectations for, because Stidham is just you're the backup and hopefully you don't ever play. But with Jahdae Barron, there are some expectations, even as a reserve player, even as a dime backer. He's not playing safety, you morons. But as a dime backer, there is expectations. But wouldn't you say, and I'll throw it back to you like this, the number one player on the Broncos with expectations, with the most pressure to perform, was probably Jahdae Barron. And he did that. I mean, there's some pressure on Drew Sanders. It's just stay in the league. There's some pressure on some of the young cats, like prove you belong, Tyler Onyedem, whatever. But on Jahdae Barron, I mean, that's a first rounder, and we never said bust, but we said, hey, if you don't clean this thing up in a year, we're going to start saying bust. Others were saying bust. So just that pressure from Jahdae Barron, he responded well. His teammates responded well. You see how everyone was excited that he did that.
They said on the broadcast how fired up they all got when he caught it and was running the other way.
Exactly. So you love that because there's that support system. This is how Jahdae Barron can start turning things around. He only played 4 snaps in the AFC Championship game. That's not great, Bob. For a first rounder and a 20th overall pick in a Super Bowl window, you needed more from that rookie. If he turns into an all-pro corner, then we're going to forgive his rookie season. And yeah, the level is Pro Bowl, all-pro. It's mainly all-pro. But with Jahdae Barron, he doesn't get there unless he makes plays like that.
Yeah, you're right.
So that might be the first step. Large step, 9,900-yard step, but I always forget. Was it 98 yards? Was it 99?
97
97 yards?
Put it on,
okay,
believe,
97. I'm going to put it on you. 97 yards. That helps his confidence because he so needed that. And now when you have confidence comes from demonstrated ability. Had he ever done that before?
No, he has not.
He did it now at the pro level. And the nice thing is, because I've heard people talk about this, I even saw it on a YouTube chat. What's up, YouTube? And thank you, Sean Ponda. I saw it of people saying, well, Barron, he was always going to do that. No, we didn't know that. You're a first rounder, and we got to stop talking about Texas because people that would say that, well, he was going to do that because at Texas, I don't care. That's college. There's so many players that are great in college and they suck in the NFL. I don't want Jahdae Barron to be one of those players. So stop talking about Texas, girl. And not to you, but to the fans out there that are giving him an excuse. No excuses. This league is not built on excuses. This league is a performance-based league, and point blank, Jahdae Barron had not yet performed until that game.
Like you say, pressure, and then on Friday we talked about pressure. You said the name Evan Ingram. I brought up Jarrett Stidham. They each had some pressure, and we can talk about what they did in those moments, but we didn't say Barron because we didn't have confidence that he could live up to it. Neither of us on Friday were like, yeah, he's definitely got some pressure, but he's not going to do anything about it. It's the first time he's actually done something about it. So you know what this actually does? We're not out there today. Kevin's out there. We'll pick his brain when he gets back. Now there's even more pressure on Jahdae to prove that wasn't a fluke or a flash in the pan. Does he have to have a pick 6 next weekend against Green Bay? No. But does he have to be in a position to be there, bat a ball away?
Yeah.
Maybe he's diving to knock one up, puts it up in the air, and one of his teammates gets to make a play.
Yep.
Now there's more pressure on Jahdae to continue to prove it so we don't have to continue to say, hey, there's that light at the end of the tunnel that's flickering. Bust, bust, bust. He just took one step in the right direction.
He took one step, and it could mean you and I both have Riley Moss leading the team in interceptions. Could it be Jahdae Barron instead? Because he's going to be playing fourth corner.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get the fourth. You're not throwing at Riley maybe. You're not throwing at PS2 hardly at all. You probably shouldn't throw at Jaquan. So when 23's on the field, 23 has been getting targeted. If Bo sees 23, Bo's going after 23.
Jarrett was going out of him at practice last week.
So if Matthew Stafford or somebody like that figures it out and they go after 23, Jahdae Barron will have a lot of opportunities to shut people the hell up. And I hope he does respond that way. I'm not saying that he'll lead the team in interceptions, but just understand and realize he might have an opportunity to do that because he should get targeted more than others.
I will say, pleasantly surprised. I still have a lot that I need to see out of Jahdae before I go, throw him out on the field regularly and he can hold his own.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that he did that. It's a great play from Karenni Reed. A great play to basically abandon your post, be in the right spot, and then go make a play on that ball. But also at the same time, because, as this play breaks down, you see the social networking response of all I did was catch and run in a straight line. Yeah, but he caught off a tip ball. I thought it was incomplete. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, Jahdae's running, streaking down the sidelines. It's like, oh, crap. He just caught that thing. So to be able to have the wherewithal and the, peripheral vision to get that deflection and then catch it and then take off and run, it's a great play. Needs to continue to showcase that, but it was at least nice to see. We have something positive to say about Jahdae Barron. We had stopped really talking about him because it's like he's got a year. He's got no pressure because they're still developing him. That gave us something really good to talk about.
And I get it. Yeah, he just ran in a straight line, caught a football, and ran really fast. Yeah. Does that seem difficult to do? Probably not, but he had never done anything like that before.
Yeah.
And also those same parents, if their kids sniff the end zone in Thornton Junior Football League, they'd be all over Facebook about next star in the NFL. So the other one I want to ask you about, Jaleel McLaughlin. So did the touchdown save his bacon, or did the fumble cost him his job?
No, that's it.
It's over?
I mean, I'm not sure how Jaleel McLaughlin bounces back from that fumble. Because once again, remember the Buffalo game?
Yeah.
They were going to him, and then he fumbled. It's like if you are a fringe player, and it doesn't matter if you get there at 4:30 or you're carrying the blue ball, because they used to do that. I don't think Sean Payton does that. Sean Payton probably doesn't like the blue balls.
Yeah.
Save that drop if you want. But
they made RJ do. Didn't they make RJ?
Well, Monte Ball did it years ago. I
feel like somebody did it in the Sean era. I can't.
Has someone done it? Has someone had blue balls in the Sean era?
I feel like someone did, or I'm misremembering. I don't know. I'll see if the texters remember.
We'll see how that goes. But either way, it doesn't matter how early you get there. It doesn't matter. I've often said Jaleel McLaughlin does one thing. He does it really well, and he does it in a way that maybe others aren't quite as good. I think RJ is as good, if not better, in this department. Just space. RJ Harvey's deadly in space. Jaleel McLaughlin's pretty good in space. But when you fumble the ball like that, I'm not going to be a doomsayer and say, he just lost his job, but I mean...
I think it's probably best
kind of just lost his job
for the Broncos to find their fourth running back somewhere else. It's not Tyler Bidet. It's not Jaleel McLaughlin. It's not Cody Schrader. You probably have to go find somebody on the waiver wire that's been cut from another team that you go, all right, in case that guy can come in and learn our system and be a plug and play.
I don't think he's been signed, and I don't... It's not A.T. Perry, because I know Spivak's probably around somewhere. Don't bring up A.T. Perry. But my man Khalil Herbert's still out there.
Wow, he's always available, right?
Exactly. So it's why isn't that a fourth back? He does everything. He's okay. Obviously bounced around to a million teams, but it's there's still veterans out there that are available right now. So you don't have to even wait to see who gets cut. I think the fourth back might not be on your roster. And I do believe Jaleel McLaughlin, with that fumble, because how could he make that up? You know what I mean? Oh, he comes back, he has 100 yards against the Vikings. Who gives a crap? It's the third preseason game. How could Jaleel McLaughlin make up for the fact that the last two times in two games he's fumbled? He fumbled against Buffalo. He fumbled this time. You just get that reputation and you're a one-dimensional guy anyway. Again, nice guy, great guy. I root for Jaleel McLaughlin. But at the end of the day, he's got limited talent and he's fumbling the ball. No, see you, man.
Not room for that guy.
That's not going to happen. A Super Bowl contender. And the great thing is, and this is very insulting, but it's very true, so whatever. those old stories for the Broncos of years past, how many times did we go over a Jaleel McLaughlin? Oh, my God, they got a Jaleel McLaughlin, guys.
Yeah.
When you're a Super Bowl contender, your guys like Jaleel McLaughlin don't exist.
You can't wait for players. You can't wait for Tyler to
You don't
pop.
have that cute little story.
You can't wait for Jaleel to figure it out at the NFL level.
Right.
You just can't do that
Right.
stuff. So
Super Bowl contender, your standards are different, and Jaleel McLaughlin doesn't meet that standard.
hopefully he goes to another team and maybe gets a better opportunity. But as far as Tyler and Jaleel, I think it's probably time for both of them to go. And just Cody Schrader, he hasn't been here enough, but I watched him play, and he's not it either. He's not NFL level day in and day out running back material. So it's a waiver wire move for running back number 4. And that's all right.
Or is your running back number 4 a fullback?
You just keep Prentice around?
And you don't keep a 4th actual running back.
I mean, you could go steal somebody off of a practice squad pretty easily if you had to.
Yeah, and you're going to have a numbers crunch elsewhere because you have so many pass rushers, you have so many corners. It creates a problem. You got some pretty good wide receivers as well.
Well, you asked about pressure. You talked about pressure with Jahdae Barron. On Friday, we both said, hey, there's a couple guys that have some pressure. Your name was Evan Ingram. My name was Jarrett Stidham. I think Stiddy showed up, and I have a hard time saying, like, oh, he delivered and he faced the pressure and won. Jarrett looked okay. Jarrett looked better than I thought he was going to look in that moment, so he gets a little bit of credit for that. It's almost like the Barron situation. I'm not doing cartwheels over what Jarrett Stidham looked like. I still think if Jarrett Stidham has to play, we're all bleeped, right? It's over. Season's over. Pack it in, go home. They can't win with Jarrett Stidham as quarterback. But he did look better than I thought he was going to look. I think Sam still has the challenge of taking the job from Stiddy. It's not this, hey, 50-50 cut competition right now. He has to steal it, and he didn't do enough on Friday to do that so far. 2 games to go.
Yeah, 2 games to go, and we're still looking at Jarrett Stidham as the primary backup quarterback. So it was good for Stidham to create confidence for himself because he's a guy that has a lot of athletic arrogance. I mean,
too much.
He thought he was going to push Bo Nix for the starting job. Whether you want to say he did or not, that's up to you. I don't think that was ever going to be the case, but that's just me. You may have a different opinion. But Jarrett Stidham has now built the confidence from this one game, and really, I'm not saying that's all it took, but sometimes that's all it does take, is just to show that you still got it as much as you can have it. Again, Jarrett Stidham is not a starting level quarterback. He's a backup level quarterback, and in that case, he's probably the 20th best backup in the league, maybe the 25th best backup in the league. So it's towards the latter part of the league is where he's at in terms of backup quarterbacks. But he's here now, and he gained some confidence from Friday. So that's all we can really take.
You brought up the name Evan Ingram, and by the way, today at the end of practice team drills, it was Bo throwing to Evan for a touchdown. So the 1 score, Bo to Evan Ingram. On Friday night, obviously Bo was not playing. Evan had 1 catch for 24 yards, 2 other targets where he was not able to catch a football. What'd you see out of Evan Ingram? Did he look better, worse, the same on Friday night?
Yeah, and what's interesting on that Jonah Coleman run, because Pat Bryant was blocking his ass off, Troy Franklin was blocking his ass off, and Evan Ingram was better as an effort blocker. Now, on the one Coleman run, not the spin play, but it's to the left side of the formation, Coleman gets the handoff. He's patient, waiting for his entry point to open up. And you see Evan Ingram have his block, and he's supposed to block him to the outside. And then you'll have Jonah Coleman go on the right side of Evan Ingram, right where that hole's supposed to be. Ingram does not block him and gets pushed to the hole, but it's okay because he turns his man. At least Ingram did this. So you see him turn his shoulders to create a lane on the left side, which is where Jonah Coleman goes. So because of that, like Ingram, a lot of guys, when they get pushed out of the way, they'll fight their formation. They'll fight the tendency of where the guy wants to go, and that you just get pushed back and you cramp the lane, and then the guy can easily reach out. If you go to the left, then you can reach out. Ingram did a good job because he was getting pushed away from where he was supposed to go, and he just turned the guy and took him this way, creating a lane for Jonah Coleman behind him. I know I'm being wordy, but I do want to praise Evan Ingram on that block, which he got overpowered on, but he at least turned his man. And sometimes in football, listen, that's all you may get sometimes is like, hey, you got me, but I got you because I turned you.
Yeah.
So Evan Ingram, a little bit of a little kung fu action using his momentum against him, and I love the patience from Jonah Coleman. That's what will allow you to have success. If that was a different back, dare I even say RJ Harvey, that carry goes for like a yard because RJ's
you're going to run right
almost
into
robotic.
it. Yeah.
He goes right to where the hole's supposed to be, whether it's there or not. Jonah doesn't do that. Jonah, well, I got to clean this up for radio. Jonah F's with you, man. He messes with you. He lets you suck in and like lets you get out of position and then takes advantage with his patience and his burst. And that was great to see.
Yeah, it was a very pleasant surprise to see Jonah Cole. And you know what? I know that's highly unlikely, but that fourth back that we're all worried about and what's going to happen there, they shouldn't, hopefully, never have to even go down that path. Because JK will drop, RJ and Jonah will step in, and those two guys can take them to the promised land. Or hold it down until JK comes back at some point sooner rather than later. Maybe. Just maybe. A couple texters are upset about our Jaleel conversation. They say we're blind. He was the best runner on the team last year after Dobbins went out. Weird, because the team didn't think that and gave RJ Harvey his job. And then someone says Stiddy was better than okay. We're just still haters on Jarrett Stidham, which is fine. Well, we call it accountability like Mike Evans, but I'm root for Jaleel just on another team. He doesn't need to be on this
I said this on the postgame show, and I'll say it today. Jarrett Stidham's the best quarterback in the league. All right, is everybody done? Is everybody done?
What did Sean pay you to say that?
Exactly.
You
Like
got some Jordans coming?
For all the people that are, oh, my God. If you don't know Jarrett Stidham is an average backup, then I'm sorry. I can't help you. Jarrett Stidham is an average backup, and it's not hating on him. It's speaking the truth. It's holding him accountable. And the Broncos have, like most teams do, a backup quarterback situation that you don't really want to get to. Okay? That's just the way it is. Jarrett Stidham's the nicest guy ever. He's funny. He actually shares probably feelings about things like you and I share.
Oh, I didn't know
that. He's a cool dude that way. Very grounded, very funny. It doesn't mean I want him as the backup. He's just your best option right now, everybody. It doesn't I hate, and this is me hating. I hate when you say something about a player and you just hate him. Jaleel McLaughlin's not good enough to make the 53 anymore. He's the nicest guy ever. It doesn't mean I hate him. It just means the standard is different. Mm-hmm. The standard should be raised. Years ago, you would accept a Jaleel McLaughlin on your roster. Hey, it's Jaleel. Yeah. He gets there at 4:30, guys. Now you're a Super Bowl contender. If that guy's fumbling and he's one-dimensional anyway, I don't need him on the team.
Exactly right. Travis asks us, the morning show was talking about a backup quarterback competition. What's your guys' thoughts? I feel like we're just arguing over who comes in to lose the game. Bravo, Travis. You've hit the nail on the head. And that's exactly what backup quarterback conversations are. Hey, who's going to come in and piss off the fan base because they're not as good as the starter?
Right.
Jared or Sam? Pick your poison. They're both going to let us down. All right, let's hear a little bit from Sean on the running game, on what he saw on Friday night from his offense and the defense that took the ball away a couple of times. We'll check in with Sean Payton coming up next.
It's Training Camp 2026, Unfinished Business. Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth will kick things off starting at 6 a.m., powered by Applied Future Technologies. Then Dover and Cecil will react live to all the action until 2 p.m. Thanks to Denver Roof Pros and Biondino Law Firm. At 2, The Drive will recap the day thanks to AeroSeal Colorado. Stay locked into Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and DenverSports.com for all the latest news and information during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, fellas, Josh over here to talk to you about something that was a game changer for me a few years ago now, almost 3 years ago, that I started working with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and they took care of my testosterone levels. I was getting into my 40s a few years ago and started to have brain fog, tired every morning because I wasn't sleeping through the night. The sex drive was going down. Who the heck wants to live like that? I didn't. So I was glad to partner with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. I was glad to go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com and set up my first appointment, go in, learn a little bit more about their testosterone treatment programs. They drew my blood, and they gave me a handful of options. One of the options was to sign up for testosterone treatment right there in the office, and if I did it, they were waiving my $99 fee. That's exactly what I did. I got my first pain-free booster shot there in office on day number 1, started to feel the effects of shot number 1 in about 14 days, and then they started sending everything to my house. I got to do it in the comfort of my own home, and brain fog gone. Waking up feeling ready to go and refreshed because I got a full 8 hours of sleep without any interruption in the sex drive. I feel like I'm 20 years old again. By the way, if you've got your T levels right and you still want a little more, they've got new body composition programs that I'd love to tell you about. They would love to tell you about at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. So if it's your T levels with any of those symptoms I just mentioned, or you know your T levels are right, but you want a little more, they've introduced 4 brand new body comp programs that will get you there with NAD+, some peptide services, GLP-1. They will take care of you over at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Fellas, if you're getting old and feeling it, do something about it. It happens at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Hi there, I'm Kim Rudell, owner of Wills and Wellness Estate Planning. The summer is flying by, as it tends to do. Stop putting off completing your estate plan. Come in and see us before school and sports start picking up this fall. We can help with wills, trusts, guardianship, powers of attorney, medical directives, and more. Come in before Labor Day and we'll get 10% off your estate plan. Just mention this ad. Find us at willsandwellness.com or give us a call at 720-266-8190.
Hey, it's Phil Lindsay here. Do you need a new roof, gutters, or exterior needs? Monarch is your one-stop shop. Backed by 16 years of experience and over 10,000 satisfied customers. Their in-house insurance team fights for you, and their white glove service means every detail is handled with care. Competitive pricing, award-winning craftsmanship, and the only roofer the Denver Broncos chose to endorse. A proud member of Team Dave Logan, make the call to your home team, Monarch Construction and Roofing, the official roofer of the Denver Broncos.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here, and if you're a guy over 50 dealing with an enlarged prostate, you need to know about PAE, prostate artery embolization. It's minimally invasive, done through a tiny pinhole, and you're back home the same day. Most men who have PAE don't experience any sexual side effects associated with conventional prostate surgery. At Colorado Advanced Endovascular, their experienced team offers specialized prostate treatments with near zero impact on sexual function. Top-tier radiologists, boutique setting, personalized care in Lakewood. Go to coloradoae.com.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975 in Boulder, has a championship-level lineup ready for you to test drive and take home today. They currently have specials on both the BMW X3 and X5 models. The BMW X3 model is a luxury compact SUV that offers balanced handling and a powertrain variety. The BMW X5 model is a high-performance powerhouse luxury model that offers you a thrilling driving experience. They also have a great pre-owned BMW lineup as well. Schedule your test drive today. Go to GebhardtBMW.com.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975.
Experience the new $3 Pepper Jack Steak Burrito in Decadent Melty or Crisp Fresca. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary, tax extra.
It's Training Camp 2026, Unfinished Business. Here's Dover and Cecil, powered by Denver Roof Pros and Biondino Law Firm.
You see, Alex, get me all fired up talking about Davis Webb's first drive, and then you play a little Ella Langley. I don't think it get much better for this than what it is right now for me. Ah, the voice of an angel right there. Miss Ella Langley, folks.
I believe setting more records. Is that right? I think I saw that on Twitter. It didn't make Check RX, but
this song was #1 for like 17 weeks or something.
Yeah,
on the Billboard charts.
Yeah, and the first time a female artist has done that in a while. I had the tweet a little bit earlier, but It's been lost in all of my.
That's all right.
Oh, here it is. Choosing Texas by Ella Langley became the longest-running non-holiday #1 single by any female artist in Billboard Hot 100 history,
Dang.
surpassing One Sweet Day, which I don't even know what that song is.
I don't know what that is either.
One Sweet Day.
Outside of like Mariah Carey at Christmas, right? That's going to slap for a few months during Christmas season, but Ella crushing it out there with her single. So if she's setting history, that just means
Sangle?
I'll never
You said
go to
Sangle?
Sangle. That means I'll never go to one of her concerts.
Wait, you don't change your voice on KYGO, do you?
No.
We got that new Ella Langley Sangle on KYGO.
I always say Sangle that way as of when you're like going to scalp tickets. Like, I got a Sangle, got a Sangle. You never did that before? Oh.
No.
My friend Phil Olivas' parents had season tickets, and they'd give them to us a few times a season to go to a game. And we'd get down there, and I'd go, Phil, we could go to the game, or we could sell these tickets and be downtown with money and our parents not knowing what we're doing for 4 hours.
The only thing I remember about concerts back in the day is you would always look for someone wearing Nuggets gear because it didn't mean they loved the Nuggets. It meant you got any papers?
Yeah, so Sangle, that's what I was doing, trying to sell some Broncos.
Yeah, Nuggets gear didn't used to mean I love Nikola Jokic. It used to mean I'm holding.
It used to be Nuggets, right? Got some.
Nuggets, whatever.
It all fits. All right, I want to hear from Sean Payton. We're also going to tell you what went down at the end of practice thanks to our man Kevin Kistner. I mentioned the end of practice. Got to score a touchdown, right? Bo does find Evan Ingram eventually for what was a touchdown, and then they come out on a 1st and 10 near the 50 with 22 seconds left. They needed to score or get within field goal range. Bo tried to find Cortland Sutton, didn't get it there, and then a scramble from Bo ultimately sets up a field goal with 3 seconds left. So, Cecil, we had been out there for a couple of days and going, hey, offense, let's win these red zone periods. Let's win this, got to score a touchdown moment. And there were a couple early on where they were winning. I remember the big Cortland Sutton play, the Ingram route to the back of the end zone's another one. So It's good to hear Ingram doing some more. And then Bo, the scrambling at camp is always okay, what would that have been? But scrambling there to put themselves in field goal range, getting the field goal unit out onto the field, that's that clean, smooth operation that Sean's talking about.
Right.
It sounds like the end of practice went pretty well for the offense.
Yeah, end of practice going well for the offense, and that's – you kind of want to end on a good one.
Yeah.
So then you start the next day and you have that momentum that you could possibly carry over. And not every day. In fact, most days at Broncos training camp, the defense has won. And the defense has finished strong. And the defense has stamped them out. So because of that, it's good after the first preseason game. This is the progress we want. After the first preseason game and setting up for your most important game, which is the second one, you want your offense to start feeling more of a rhythm. It sounds like at the end of practice today, thanks to our man Kev, Kiss My Stats, that the Broncos offense is doing that. So, dare I say, right on schedule?
Yeah. I mean, I got to keep reminding myself that there's still 2 preseason games to go and then a week of nothing before the actual regular season gets here. We're actually like a month away. Right on schedule is probably the right answer. Although I have like the ick saying that out loud. You know what I mean?
I figured you would. That's why I said it, because you're like J.G. Wentworth, man. You're like, I want my money, I want it now.
It's my Broncos offense, and I want it now. And I haven't really seen that yet.
Yeah.
Like Bo hasn't had this. Bo's had moments where you go, "Ooh, yeah, that's why we're the Bo show." But there hasn't been like a day where it's just, maybe I give him the first day of like domination from Bo and the Broncos.
Was really good.
First day, I'll give that to him.
No pads.
Yeah, and then since pads, it's been, defense is doing a big chunk of winning with some small flashes from the offense.
Right. So we'll take it, man. I'll take what this offense is doing in practice, and then, hopefully it is building towards something more in the future.
Sean Payton talked after the game on Friday. One of the things he asked was how he thought his offense looked in preseason game number 1.
Smooth. Yeah, I mean, I felt like, I think maybe there was a play or two we got down to 3 seconds, but the subs were good. Davis was on point. Yeah, I thought the Qs did a good job in and out of the huddle. And again, we had a couple guys coming in, Palcho and Alex, that were working out before the game. Are they going to play? And when we held them back, it just, you got to be careful that you're not just going 14 snaps with the first group and the rest, So those guys played a little bit more. And I was pleased with the pitch counts for like a lot of these players. There was no one that that got into, a crazy number high, and it went pretty good.
So I wonder how much they took that into account with what they want to do on next Friday's game. Because it was, 10 to 15 snaps? I feel like the surefire starters got that 10 to 15 snaps, and then there might have been a straggler getting an extra couple after that original 15. A full quarter on Friday? Is that the speculation for starters?
Could they go even towards the half?
I guess if they're not going to play,
if they're not going to play in the Minnesota game, I would like to see 2 quarters of Bo Nix and 2 quarters of Jalen Waddle if he's available.
That would be real nice.
Yeah, because I think 2 quarters, that's plenty. That's all you need to see. Because back in the day, when you'd have 4 preseason games, your first game you'd do like a drive, your second game you'd do like a quarter, your third game you'd do 2 quarters. Okay, so that's 3 quarters and a drive. That was back with 4 preseason games. Now with 3 preseason games, if you get 2 good quarters, that's fine. And if they come in the same game, that's fine too.
Well, especially on a team like this that's established. Everybody knows their role and what they're going to be asked to do.
Right.
I'm sure you've seen this. I'm just seeing it now from Kev because I'm trying to stay off socials some. Jonah Coleman posted a photo of himself on IG running on Friday night.
Yeah.
And Jalen Waddle comments under it. Wow.
Maurice Jones-Drew.
Nick Benito commented 2 fire flame emojis above that one. No one's mentioning that. But he writes Maurice Jones-Drew. Is that a comp that you've seen from your dude Jonah?
Not one that I've seen. I don't necessarily disagree with it. I just think that he's a little bit different. No, Maurice Jones-Drew was all about bouncing off guys, low center of gravity. Jonah Coleman can do that as well, but I think Coleman can be a little bit more. And MJD was a great back. I think Jonah Coleman can be like a Devontae Freeman. I think David Montgomery, Devontae Freeman, those are stylistically the players that I think of when I think of a Jonah Coleman. Not as much with MJD, but, I could see, hey, Waddle's seen plenty of football. A comparison to MJD, think about that. People not named me are comparing him to Devontae Freeman and to Maurice Jones-Drew. I think that's significant.
By the way, MJD's rookie year, he had a bigger role with Jacksonville than what Jonah will to start.
Yeah.
941 yards, played in all 16 games, scored 13 touchdowns on the ground, and added 2 more in the air. 15 touchdowns as a rookie, rushing for 941 yards. Then would go on to have 3 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons from 2009 to 2011 and flirt with it a couple of more times. If Jonah Coleman turns into that as a 4th-round running back, and I know how you felt about him, freaking bravo to you and the Broncos for pulling the trigger on that dude.
Bravo, Broncos, for drafting him because he's here to make big plays, and you just got a little bit of a taste. And I would way rather take what we saw from Jonah Coleman with significant snaps and then getting pulled than, any of this messing around with like, what can Tyler Bidet do? No. It's clear to see. We see a back that is a future starter in this league with Jonah Coleman.
All right, I want to give you guys, the tribe, a little bit of time to ask Cecil Lammey some fantasy questions. I know a couple of drafts have already went down. Joey was in here asking you about his roster. You got fantasy questions for Cecil. Hit us up right now, 303-713-1043. RamosLaw.com text line. I'm telling you, if you put your name on your text, better shot that it gets read. Same deal at youtube.com/DenverSports. If you've got a fantasy question, throw it at us on YouTube. Tribe Chat, fueled by our friends over at Sean Ponda. We'll answer as many as we can after we give a little quick update on the Colorado Rockies. They are on their way to avoiding 100 losses. We'll tell you what they need to do coming up next.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery and Monarch Construction and Roofing. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
At Applied Future Technologies, they use AI and automation to solve real business problems. How much time does your team lose to repetitive tasks, manual data entry, and searching through information? They build practical solutions around your organization's unique needs. Tools that organize and analyze information, streamline workflows, reduce backlogs, and support faster decisions. Give your team more time to focus on what matters most. Discover what Applied Future Technologies can automate for you at appliedfuture.com.
Lowest rate for life. It's our trademarked and most innovative product in the entire mortgage industry. Lock in your savings today, and if rates fall in the future, even as little as 0.5%, we will redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. Always have the best rate and maximize your savings. It's only at U.S. Mortgages, and our number says it all. 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Denver Deck Builders is the #1 deck builder in Colorado. It's family owned. I got Tyler, one of the sons, with me. Every family member has their area of expertise. What's yours?
I got my master's degree, did finance and accounting, and realized I was not a public tax accountant. It only took one busy season for me to learn that. Went back to my dad and was like, hey, I do not like this. I love sales. I love finance. I love business. Any chance that we could start the company? I don't want to swing the hammer forever. I'll do it for a little bit, but I want to do the sales and the business side.
Reach out to Denver Deck Builders for a free consultation. Go to ddbonthefan.com.
Dan Jacobs with Jacobs Law on 303 Law 4040. Here's a story my lovely wife Kimberly was particularly proud of. Jeffrey, a listener just like you, called 303 Law 4040 and said he was T-boned by a driver running a red light and rammed his car right into a tree. When the cops came, the other driver lied and the police believed him. They said Jeffrey was at fault. Now, with the big made-for-TV lawyers, that's where the case would normally end. Many of them won't even touch a case if they actually have to work to prove it. But Jeffrey insisted he was innocent. He worked with us together on our team to find the witnesses and the evidence to get the ticket overturned and the insurance company's denial reversed. At 303 Law 4040, we aren't a big settlement mill like the made-for-TV lawyers. Each client meets with me and my lovely wife Kimberly in person, and you get our cell phone numbers. If you've been injured in an accident, you know the number, 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
There are so many out-of-state roofing companies and roofing companies claiming to be locally owned, yet owned by out-of-state private equity firms.
Denver Roof Pros is the real deal. We are truly locally owned and operate right out of Denver.
We've been serving the Front Range and the Eastern Plains from Fort Collins to Colorado Springs for 10 years.
Choose local. Choose DenverRoofPros.com.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
You know your age, your weight, your income, and probably even the mileage on your car. But what's your testosterone level, and is that level normal for your age? If you don't know the answer, Low T Center can help, and we'll do it for free. Come take a free testosterone test and find out if Low T Center can help invigorate your life like it has for thousands of other men in your area. Go to fixmylowt.com and book an appointment online for your free T-test today.
The Tree Farm's 50-cent tree sale starts Thursday, August 20th. It's our biggest sale of the year with thousands of carry-out size trees that are easy to handle and easy to plant. Buy the first tree at regular price and get a second tree for only 50 cents. Choose from thousands of shade trees, flowering trees, fruit trees, evergreen trees, ornamental trees, and more. The Tree Farm's 50-cent tree sale starts Thursday, August 20th.
I-25 to exit 235, then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
Names that rhyme, takes that hit different. Shapiro and Piro is happy hour sports talk built for the modern fan. Local stories, hidden gems, and the mustache monologues you never knew you needed. Weekdays at 3 p.m. on the Denver Sports 1043 The Fan YouTube channel. Subscribe now at Denver Sports 1043 and get in on the action. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. It's Training Camp 2026 Unfinished Business. Here's Dover and Cecil, powered by Denver Roof Pros and Biondino Law Firm.
All right, time for some fantasy questions for Cecil Lammy. You got them. Throw them our way. RamosLaw.com text lines 303-713-1043. YouTube chat, fueled by Sean Ponda, is youtube.com/DenverSports. Get in on the Dover and Cecil stream. Click subscribe if you've got an extra click in you. That will go a long way, and we're grateful for it. We'll answer as many fantasy questions as we can in just a moment. Before we do that, an update on the Colorado Rockies, Cease. We're, a little over halfway through the month of August. After what they did to the Giants, they find themselves at 7-7 in the month of August. They just went 5-4 on a 9-game road trip. They just won a 9-game road trip. They won the series over San Fran for the first time since 2020. They had not won a series against the Giants for 6 seasons, and now they have. To avoid 100 losses, the Colorado Rockies have to win 13. They got to go 13-25 here over the final 38 games. So can you win 13 of the final 38 to avoid 100? Yes, they can. Dare I get greedy and say, well, why not lose like 94 or 95 games? Or am I getting ahead of myself, Cease?
Yeah, getting a little bit ahead of yourself, but that's okay. It's the Colorado Rockies.
If you win 18 out of the next 38, then it's 95 losses.
It's right there. You're right there, everybody. So I think that's something to look forward to. And if it's less than 100, I think we all should be like, thank you. Thank you, Walker Monfort, for giving us less than 100 losses, which sounds ridiculous, but you got to start somewhere, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't ever going to change overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day, whatever you want to say. Like, yeah, it's something just to put a pin in it. Let's see the progress that they can make and get excited about the Colorado Rockies.
Get excited about him. Get excited about Zach Veen. He's up. Hopefully Charlie Condon is on his way. Zach Veen stole home this weekend when the baseball was from me to you. Like, I'm the baseball and you're the catcher, and Zach Veen still stole home base in a game this weekend.
Yeah.
It was awesome to see.
Yeah.
And then just popped up. No, like, crazy celebration. Just runs over to the dugout and gets back, chilling with his guys. Zach Veen's been fun to watch. Hit a home run already with the Rockies. Let's bring up Charlie here. I don't know why they'd want to or need to wait until September. Let's just get this going. Let's give us some things that we can hold our hat on so that maybe spring can be, we can be optimistic about the team come spring because of guys like Zach Veen, because of guys like Charlie Condon and the rest of this group taking another step in the right direction.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're taking another step in the right direction, and that means you don't have to wait on guys like Charlie. Just make it happen and then go out there and make plays. That's what we're all waiting for with this Rockies team and getting excited about.
Getting excited about them. Well, hopefully we get to get excited about them moving forward at the end of this season. Somebody asked, not even a fantasy question, they asked what your favorite beverage was during a fantasy draft.
Well, it wasn't
Mountain Dew, obviously.
the year Cadillac Williams came out. I think, damn, Mark Baca. Back to Mark Baca. I think he was feeding all of us a bunch of shots, so I think I had a bunch of bourbon. And then it was an auction, and I don't know, our cap was like $300 or whatever. I think I spent $130 on Cadillac Williams as a rookie.
Wow.
Because I was all tanked, and then his name came up, and I was like,
Cadillac?
No one's not going to get it. I'm getting Cadillac, so be careful with your beverages.
Have you
I would say
done-
Mountain Dew should be the favorite.
Mountain Dew is the go-to.
Mhm.
I like a little cucumber water. Have you done any of your drafts yet?
Coconut water. No. That's the season doesn't start for another month. Think about that, dude. We have one preseason game down. We're all excited. We have a month to wait. A month. Because the Broncos play September 14th. So even talking to our friend Susie Wargent, she was like, "Oh, our draft's like Labor Day."
Oh,
You know what I
wow.
mean?
So it's a week before the...
Everything's so late right now. Now, are people drafting? Yes. That's why we're here to answer your fantasy questions. So let me have them.
I think mine is the first weekend of September too. So yeah, it's not...
Everything's real late this year, but people are drafting now.
Everything pushed
People are
back
making
basically a
decisions
month.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, Joey came in and had you grade his whole draft, and
He drafted Deebo Samuel, and I had him quickly change that. I was like, go get Jalen Coker, man. He's like, it was my last pick. And I was like, yeah, it was a bad pick.
Yeah, you can tell.
Rest of your team's all right, but Deebo Samuel.
if he threw out a trade proposal to you, if he gets that today, he has the dumbest fantasy league mates of all time. Joey is hopefully going to get over on some of those guys, and you'll have to regret that forever. One quick note on the preseason this weekend. I watched maybe a few throws from Deshaun and then maybe a few throws from Shedeur. Shedeur Sanders throws an interception. He has one big play downfield, like an explosive play for 36 yards, 34 yards, whatever the number was. Outside of that, Shedeur looked a little lost still as a professional NFL quarterback. the world might want you to believe. I saw Ian Rappaport tweet about, like, Deshaun Watson has a real grasp of what they're being asked to do in Cleveland. I'm like, that's not what I saw in the few throws that I watched out of Deshaun Watson. So I think our old CU buddy in Shedeur Sanders is probably the backup quarterback for the Browns this year until Deshaun gets hurt or has another incident.
Well, let's just be honest. Ian was told to say that. Don't you think?
By who?
Well, that's not his opinion. That can't be it. Deshaun Watson has a firm grasp on what the Browns are doing. That's his opinion.
Who's the coach?
That's not his opinion.
Monken or something?
That's Todd Monken. That's not his opinion. He was told to say that. Either a team executive or an agent. Somebody's telling him to say that.
So it's like, hey, feed this and I'll feed you some more.
Yeah.
As it goes on.
I think the whole Rossini situation blew the lid off of how are insiders getting their information. And then why are they saying that? There's no reason to say Deshaun Watson has a firm grasp. The dude can't play anymore. So it should be Shedeur. There's no reason for it not to be Shedeur. And here's the thing. Go out there and let Shedeur fail or let him succeed, whatever. You got to find a quarterback.
You know who it's definitely not?
Deshaun Watson.
And Dylan Gabriel. I watched one throw from that guy, and I'm like, okay, there's my cue to change the channel.
It could be Taylon Green. You know, like Taylon Green is an interesting prospect. Very interesting. The kid, rookie, tons of athleticism.
I don't know
big
anything
arm,
about this guy.
Big arm, ton of athleticism.
Right.
He's their fourth quarterback. But I would almost take a chance on him over everybody. But Shedeur should get the shot, and then you go draft somebody if Shedeur fails.
They just pick quarterbacks every year. I actually don't hate that.
No, you should every single year until you hit. And by the way, when you do hit, you know what you do in the 7th round? You take a quarterback. And if that guy turns into something, you trade him away.
All right, one quick fantasy question from Zach. Do you like my running back room? Devon Achane, Hubbard, J.K., Bill, and our guy Jonah Coleman.
It's a pretty damn good group of running backs. I like that. Hubbard, you're going to have to watch out for because he's a little bit banged up. Jonathan Brooks there to lead that backfield until Hubbard gets healthy. So right now, Brooks is RB34, and Chuba Hubbard is RB33.
You got two guys that might get injured, but then you have an Achane, a Coleman, and a Krosky Merritt that can hold it down for you while those guys wait to return.
Yeah, no, it's good. Good start.
I got to find my fantasy date so I can make sure your calendar's free to come over to the crib. We'll get blackjack or something. Get that going.
If you're offering blackjack, I'm in. Son of a
That'll
bitch, I'm
get you
in.
to the house.
Yeah.
All right. I want to hear a little bit more from Sean Payton, what he felt about Davis Webb, what he thinks about Davis getting into a rhythm as a play caller when he felt he was in the rhythm of a play caller. Let's hear from Sean and talk more about Davis Webb coming up next.
Catch up on everything happening at DenverSports.com. Weeknights from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. with Denver Sports Tonight. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
When our grandfather started Williams Jewelers in 1947 as a humble little neighborhood jewelry shop, he could not have imagined how big his dreams would grow. I'm Dylan.
And I'm Shayna Williams. Today, thanks to you, Williams Jewelers is not only one of America's largest fine jewelers,
We're Colorado's premier jeweler, with more of the world's top designers than any other store, including Roberto Coin, Marco Biccigo, Kwiat, Hearts on Fire, Mikimoto, and dozens more.
an entire diamond and bridal department with the latest engagement ring styles and wedding bands from Tacori, A. Jaffe, and Gabriel & Company.
Add to that our legendary Swiss watch collections and service center, and you have the only jeweler you'll ever need.
With over 30 jewelry professionals, master goldsmiths, and watchmakers to serve you at Williams Jewelers, you'll still always be treated just like our grandfather would.
Like family.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers, where Colorado shines.
Men, erectile dysfunction can affect much more than just your sex life. It can create stress in relationships, leading to feelings of anxiety or embarrassment, and impact your overall confidence and well-being. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and we specialize in treating men's sexual health issues to help men find solutions that fit their individual needs. ED is a frustrating condition, and many men suffer for years without seeking treatment. But the good news is that if you're like most men, we have the answer. Our licensed medical providers will evaluate your specific medical situation and recommend a plan designed for you. And these advanced medical therapies work, with treatments having success rates of well over 90%. which means you and the one you love can have great sex again without the fear and worry of ED. You can even last up to an hour or more, and you may just find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 25% upfront bonus? And are they promising you up to 9% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait, only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They aren't. That's up to $25,000 upfront or up to $9,000 per year on $100,000, guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states has Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Lunch hits different with us. You're locked into KKFN at KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. This is Dover and Cecil, brought to you by Wayback Burgers. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents
But before we do that, there's still a few things I want to go back to from Friday night's preseason opener that Sean Payton had to say about Davis Webb. Start with his play calling and what Sean saw out of Davis calling plays.
Not thinking that. Meaning he's thinking of having his best night tonight.
Really? So you're not worried?
No. Because he's thinking of having his best night tonight. And that's how I would approach it the same way. And I think all the self-scout and the opponent stuff and then what they're doing defensively, how they play defense is a little different. So, yeah, we're not thinking that far ahead. It's a good question, but I think he's thinking about, getting that confidence going with the group and the run game and the play action.
I would imagine Sean, they're talking about, hey, how do you want to handle these first 15? What you talked about earlier and how good I loved seeing and how good the first drive was and how much I loved seeing it. Sean's not going to let him get over his skis. He's not going to let him think too much about it.
No.
He's already drinking from a fire hose. He's already got 50 million things that he's got to take care of. So, yeah, the idea of him maybe practicing some play calling versus the Falcons, pretending that it's the Chiefs.
Pretend?
I don't know. Sean said good question. I think that one's kind of weird, but I didn't ask it, whatever, But no, he's not going to get ahead of himself by any means. Now he's going to game plan on how to beat the Vikings and be vanilla while beating the Packers. And it'll be the Vikings the last week, and then they'll have a full 8-9 day ramp-up period to get ready for the Chiefs. Well, it'll be all systems go on KC.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't what was the question?
Was he thinking of the Chiefs game planning for the Falcons? A month away.
That was Parker that asked that question. That's.
Oh, he's smart.
I know. That's not a good question.
No.
Are you thinking about week 1? What? Okay. I'll talk to Parker. Parker asked a really good question, so that's.
Parker's one of the smart guys.
I want to know what his line of thinking was, because there's no way in hell you would be thinking about week 1 when you're in a preseason game. So.
I didn't read the post yesterday. Is he writing specific Davis Webb
maybe.
stuff?
Yeah, maybe.
That's
Yeah,
probably
sometimes
what
you
it
ask
is.
questions based on what you got to write.
You're trying to get an answer to fit in. Yeah.
Right, because there's no way, and Parker would know this, you're not thinking of week 1 while you're not showing anything. You don't want to show anything for week 1.
You thinking about September 14th show right now, Cecil?
Well, actually, yes.
You got a Mile High moment?
Actually, yes. Actually, I just have another idea for a segment, so I'll text that to the group.
Oh, yeah, do that. All right, not the last one, but this one, the last of Sean talking about play calling. And Sean gets a little Shawnee here with his wording because it's a long answer, but he was asked about that feeling and the moments of getting into a rhythm when you're the play caller.
You can have games where that call sheet looks magnificent, and then there's been games where you can stare at 140 and you hate all of them. I mean, and so, yeah, it's when you have a rhythm and you feel like it's great, then how do you create it if you're not? We started doing some sequencing studying of, there's 4 things that can happen in a series: run, pass, run, pass, run. I'm talking about first and second down. And, studying those type of combinations. But I think the biggest thing is, how do you reset if it's not going? You have a set of openers, and then you go 3 and out. And then how do you reset? We all think we have an idea of how the game might unfold, and that each week can change. And this is the important thing. It's important that we're not just going on defense, going on offense, and then each week there's a different way that we think we have to win this game. Now, it doesn't mean that stays etched in stone. A lot of times, holy cow, the game unfolds a different way. But I think we have to be connected in those 3 phases. I think the better teams are connected as to what the overall plan is. So as a play caller, you're paying attention to how you're playing defense. You just, you're paying attention to, you're playing like a really high-end offense and the volleys are different, right? And then all of that matters. I think that answered your question. But look, it can be, crickets at times, or, there are times where you just get going, and how do you reset if it's not going well? I think that's always a trick. What can you get to based on what's being stopped, and how do you adjust there? And that's not just at halftime. The halftime's 8 minutes. You're in, you pee, you grab a banana, and you're with your players. That's going on throughout. While the defense is on the field.
Let's land this, baby.
Those adjustments.
You don't have to grab the banana when you pee, but it does help when you aim.
At one point, he's like, it's a good question. I would have loved for somebody to go, do you know what the question was?
Right. That's a good question. You got to go at halftime. You grab a pee and grab a banana. You grab your banana when you pee. What?
I will say.
That was the word salad of, I think I'm full, Sean.
I told
I'm
you,
stuffed.
He got real Shawnee in that answer.
He's talking about peeing and grabbing his banana. What are you doing, Sean?
You know what I did take away, though, from that? And I didn't even
grab your banana when you pee?
That I did. You said something earlier, and then now we're hearing this based on, or I'm hearing it with the information you gave me on how you feel about what VJ's doing.
Yeah.
And then he talks about, in certain moments, it's like this volley back and forth where you go, I know what the defense is going to do their next time out. I can be a little more aggressive. Or I know what the defense is going to do the next time out. I can't be as aggressive.
Right.
Right when he said that, the information you gave me about an hour ago popped back into my head of this is so fluid operation from coach to coordinator to special teams coach, active players that are on special team. It all goes into other, and not just this, hey, we have 3 units and hopefully they're working together and marching in the same direction. No, it's now we have 3 units, and what they do matters to what I do. Mm-hmm. What I'm about to do is going to matter to what they can do when they get back out onto the field.
Yep. Are you getting back on the field with the deficit or the lead? Are you giving it back to them knowing that they're running it well or not?
Are you getting the ball back in field goal range where you can be a little bit more aggressive on first and second down rather than at your 20 where you can't go get it on first and second down?
Yeah, it all fits together, everybody. So it's great that they're, getting on that same page because they need to. At the end of the day, they just need to. And that's how you can play your best football. This Broncos team can and will be, You will be Super Bowl contenders.
They are Super Bowl contenders.
Yep.
I thought you were going to say something else after that.
No.
I'm
done.
Last one from Sean Payton. How do you feel about beating up on the Falcons? A bad team and a good team beating them in the Broncos.
No, it's been a minute. I felt weird, obviously, because you never play someone in the division. I like that Matt's here. I think he's going to do a great job, and I think that just talking with I know a bunch of the coaches on their staff, and I think that when you come in and you're turning a program, there is that sense of urgency, and I think that experience these guys have. We know a handful of these coaches, and there's that sense of urgency in a division that you can look at and say, hey, why not us? Mr. Blank wasn't here. I'm used to seeing him shoot 31 times. Felt like a long way to come for a preseason game. When you go like all the way, But it was good to see some of the people and there's been a lot of change. It's good to see Matt, their coaching staff. All those guys.
So he still's got his hate in the heart for the Atlanta Falcons. I told you earlier he took shots at the fans not showing up.
Yeah.
I would say, hey, it's Atlanta. I know there's other stuff to do there, and they kind of know what their team is going to be. I think football fans in Atlanta are waiting for the Dogs to start. They're not really locked in on Tua Tagovailoa and the Falcons.
I would say there's some fans, because New Orleans and Atlanta, the cities hate each other.
Okay.
Like, hate
I didn't
each
know
other.
that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They got this hardcore beef.
That's
going?
why, 28-3, go down to New Orleans. You probably get free drinks when you say 28-3. And they didn't even play in that game, obviously, because it was the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But New Orleans, the city of New Orleans, in fact, the citizens of New Orleans hate the citizens of Atlanta. And by the way, it's vice versa as well. This goes back a long ways. It goes back a long ways. I believe it goes back over 100+ years.
Dang.
The cities hate each other. So, of course, Sean, being a New Orleans guy,
he's going to rep for his city.
He's going to rep for his former city. Well, he still has a house there. So he's going to rep for New Orleans by taking a shot at Atlanta anytime he can.
Some real Northland Thornton stuff going on there between New Orleans and Atlanta.
I was going to say Grover Briggsdale, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fine, too. Grover Deer Trail.
Oh, Deer Trail.
You hated those guys, right?
Oh, yeah, I do hate Deer Trail.
North Thornton is.
See? That's good. That's good right there from Sean Payton. All right, good stuff from Sean. I want to have a little bit deeper of a conversation about the defense. What I told you. Cecil said something earlier that made my brain pop when Sean's talking about the volleying back and forth between the offense and defense. Interesting note from Cecil Lammey about what VJ's defense is going to do this year. He'll share it with us coming up next.
One real Broncos talk. Cecil Lammey and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Cecil Lammey here for my friends, Soda Diet and Nutrition.com. 5 years ago, I lost 60 pounds. That's 60 pounds with soda, and I'm never going back. Why? Because a degreed nutritionist set me up with a dynamic diet, custom fit for me, my food reactions, my food preferences, and my schedule. It was honestly the reason why I thought I couldn't lose weight. I'm too busy. All excuses. Just a bunch of bunk. I love the fact that SodaDietNutrition.com got me set on the right path, knowing how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. It's why 5 years ago I lost 60 pounds, and I've kept it off ever since then. I'm never going back. I got my confidence back. I got my swagger back. I look and feel 10 years younger. It's SodaDietNutrition.com. And now, 866-800-SODA, 4 weeks free. Call them up, 866-800-SODA. Mention the Fan to get 4 weeks free. You want to start your weight loss journey? You start it with Soda, dietandnutrition.com. Online, SodaDietandNutrition.com, because SOTA is, say it with me, state of the art.
Colorado, it's time to take our recycling to the next level. That's why Recycle-On Colorado is bringing you more curbside and drop-off service from peaks to prairies. Guidelines as clear as our skies, so you know what goes where. And the price? As free as gawking at Bighorns on I-70. You deserve a recycling system you can count on, like your puffiest winter coat. And we're here to give it to you. Learn more at recycleon.org/Colorado.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here, and if you're over 50, there's a good chance you're dealing with an enlarged prostate. Waking up at night, weak stream, all of it. Here's the good news. PAE, prostate artery embolization, is minimally invasive, done through a tiny pinhole, and you're home the same day. Most men who have PAE don't experience any sexual side effects associated with conventional prostate surgery. At Colorado Advanced Endovascular, their experienced team offers specialized prostate treatment with near zero impact on sexual function. Lakewood location, personalized care. Visit coloradoae.com.
A small roof problem today can become a major expense tomorrow. Colorado's hail, wind, and heavy snow can turn a few missing shingles or a small leak into costly water damage, mold, and even a full roof replacement. Don't wait until it's too late. Trust the experts at Colorado's Best Roofing. They provide honest inspections, dependable repairs, and reliable service to keep your home or business protected. Schedule your free roof inspection today. Visit roofingcolorado.com.
Siltahar Motors, where Colorado goes for the best deals, the best selection, and people who treat you right. Ford is ranked #1 in quality by J.D. Power, and Siltahar has the best selection of top quality Ford trucks and SUVs in Colorado. F-150, Bronco Explorer, and Ranger at 0% financing, no payments for 90 days, thousands in cash back. Plus, a large selection of certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, warrantied, and backed by a 5-day exchange with top dollar for your trade. Family-owned, Ford dealerships in Colorado since 1960, sthmotors.com, or Highway 36 in Wadsworth. Siltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
Attention Ram owners. Did you know you could get $500 for Recall 67A without leaving your driveway? With new mobile appointments, we'll come to you. We'll finish the simple software update in under an hour, and it won't affect your truck's performance. Plus, you'll get an extended warranty worth thousands. Make a power move. Schedule Recall 67A today at CumminsRecall.com.
For 90 years, Belco Credit Union has proudly called Colorado home. That's thanks to all our members who have helped us grow alongside our beautiful state. To celebrate our anniversary, Belco is offering a special low fixed rate on a new home equity choice line advance. If you've been waiting to start a new home renovation project, now's the perfect time. Go to belco.org/90 years to see full offer details. Equal housing opportunity lender. Membership eligibility required. All loans subject to approval. Belco, banking for everyone.
It's summertime, and Aleve is here to keep you on the go. Whether it's planes, trains, or automobiles, Aleve's got your back with up to 12 hours of back pain relief. With just one dose, you'll get to your destination and be ready for your next adventure. So pack your sunscreen, your shades, and your Aleve. No matter where your final stop, Aleve will keep you moving. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back this summer. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a social media manager.
Did you just post our Q4 earnings to your personal social media?
Oh yeah, used the trending audio and everything.
That's confidential financial data.
Relax. It only went a little viral.
The SEC just commented with the eyeball watching emoji.
This is the time for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Ditch the bland, flavorless sports talk and tune into Freshly Grated, where Will Peterson and Marcello Romano serve up piping hot takes and bold opinions with no filter and an extra side of sarcasm. Every weekday at 2 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Like and subscribe today at Denver Sports 104.3 and come along for the ride. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's Training Camp 2026 Unfinished Business. Here's Dover and Cecil, powered by Denver Roof Pros and Biondino Law Firm.
All right, we'll hear from Sean Payton and a couple of the folks that chatted down at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit, in about 10 minutes from right now, closer to 1:30. Still time for you to get in. Your thoughts, takeaways, who shined for you in preseason game number 1. Tell us 2 places you can do it. YouTube.com/DenverSports, the Tribe chat fueled by Sean Ponda. Get in over there. Cecil's monitoring what's going on. I've got the text line, 303-713-1043, RamosLaw.com text line. Put your name on your text. It'll give you a better shot of getting those read. Who stood out? Maybe you have questions, concerns rolling into preseason game number 2. We'll take all of those, any that you want to throw our way. Cecil, I mentioned it. Sean saying something about volleying back there with the offensive and defensive coordinators and play callers and game planners that they have going on. And then you said something earlier that also just kind of stuck with me about a different version of VJ's defense.
Yes.
What did you see on Friday night that now leads you to believe it's going to look a little different in 2026?
Yeah, it's going to look a little bit different because these guys are going to go after the ball. So Vance Joseph's defense has always been about bend but don't break.
Yeah.
Right? Bend but don't break. They're still going to be that, but there's a difference now this year. And it's clear from one preseason game. I think Davis Webb getting the offense to the line of scrimmage faster, that was a big tell. But there's a larger one on defense, and it's merely this. You saw it on the Riley Moss play. You saw it on a Jahdae Barron not get the pick. You saw it on the Jahdae Barron getting the pick. You saw it on Karenni Reed forcing that pick.
JL Skinner almost had one, too, where he's stepping in the way.
Yep, JL Skinner almost had one. So it's merely this. Trust yourself. Trust that I've put you in the right position. Now go get the ball. And this is so much different. And again, I go back to the big play from Jahdae Barron. It's Karenni Reed being in the right spot as far as depth. You've got spacing. Football is a game of angles. So you have to be in the proper spacing. You have to be able to stay in coverage with your guy, which Karenni Reed was. But you also, because of spacing, can be in position to go make a play on that guy that's like next to you. And so many players, this is what's great about the Karenni Reed play, because so many players in Karenni Reed's spot, hey, you're a bubble player. Just be safe.
Yeah.
Don't screw it up. Do your job, and if the play's complete, oh, well, that was his responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Karenni Reed took it upon himself to trust his positioning, to know that I can take a chance on that, and if I get it, it could be a big play. And it was. 97-yard touchdown return by Jahdae Barron. That's coaching. That's Karenni Reed trusting himself, but it's also the coach putting him in place so that he can trust his eyes. Just trust what you're seeing. JL Skinner's a young player that hasn't really done much defensively, but he almost got one because he was allowed to trust what he was seeing. Riley Moss did get one. You better pay that man because he trusts what he's seeing. So it's Vance Joseph almost empowering his players by like, yeah, you know what to do. Karenni Reed, you know what to do. Riley Moss, you know what to do. Put yourself in the right position, and when you're in the right position, you know, now I can go grab that ball. I can go over here. I can make a play. It's not about being safe. And I know that may be nerve-wracking. Nerve-wracking is different. Nerve-wracking for some out there. And here's why. Because you're going to get got. Once in a while. You got to break some eggs and make an omelet. And this Broncos defense, they're going to bend but don't break. But they might bend a little bit like in like a 40-yard play. Oh, my God, they gave up that big play. They're going for it. They're going to be super aggressive. They're going to rush the passer. I'm not talking about the passer. I'm talking about the linebacker level and back. I'm talking about the secondary. And in that, you're going to see these guys coach from Vance Joseph with the direction and the authority. It's green light for everybody. We always talk about that with the Nuggets, right?
Yeah.
Like Julian Strother is Mr. Green Light because he doesn't know anything else he's going to shoot when he's out there.
That's really all he's got.
Timmy Hardaway always had a green light. That's why he hit so many threes. I think with this Broncos defense, it's green light all day. For all of those guys in the secondary, go get that ball, Talanoa Hufanga. Go get that ball, Riley Moss. This isn't just get in your position, stay in your position, and then, slow them down. You're going to bend. You might bend a little bit faster, but you're not going to break because when this defense gets to the red zone, they don't break. And that's the plan. I think the plan is to be more aggressive. And just a warning, Broncos country, if they're more aggressive, which they should be, you're going to have some big plays happen against you. Don't lose your mind. They're trying to create turnovers, and this is how you do it.
Can I give you my real-time thinking from that explanation?
Yes.
Which, again, could be dangerous, thinking out loud here and in real time. Is there anything of like a year ago, and in the couple of years that Sean and Vance have worked together, of VJ going, all right, boys, I know how good we are. We can get after the quarterback. Us getting after the quarterback is going to lead to good things happening on the linebacker, safety, and secondary level. And then you go, all right, well, we've hit this wall in December. Sean's still yelling at me every week, like, what the hell's going on here? And then this year, VJ going, you know what? We're going to do everything my way. This is exactly how I want to do it. And I think our defense will be better for it. And if coach is upset about it, he's going to come at me anyway. It's almost like a VJ of like, yo, I'm going to take this to another level no matter what Sean feels like I need to do or says I should be doing. And then Sean seeing it at camp, seeing it in the preseason opener, then he says that stuff that he's saying after the game about, no, we get to volley back and forth now of almost like, I love talking about this with former athletes, the game within the game.
Yes.
Right? And that's what we're talking about here.
Yes.
It's the game within the game. And it's not the players playing another game within the game. It's the coaches on the same team playing a game within the game of VJ going, all right, Davis, let me put you in the best position to succeed. Davis going, all right, VJ, let me get that offense back out there sooner rather than later, and you guys get to go eat once again. That volley thing back and forth, and with what you've said about what you're noticing out of Vance Joseph, to me, it's just like, VJ's kind of taking this and running with it and going, no, Sean, this is all me. You worry about Davis over there.
Right.
Don't worry about what we're doing over here. I got this, and we're going to get better.
We're going to be all right. That's what Vance Joseph is saying, because with that aggression, they're going to get you the ball back. Hey, calm down over there, buddy. You're going to get that ball back and be ready. And that's the thing. If you're on offense, you had better be sipping that Gatorade pretty fast, because you might be back out there real quick with this Broncos defense turning it over and getting you the ball back. That's the plan. And honestly, dude, it looks so glorious. If they were talking like, let's go set another sack record. All right. And sacks are important. Don't at me, bro. Turnovers are the most important. You get the ball back.
Yeah.
They're the most important. So I would rather have a step back in sacks and a step up in turnovers than, hey, they got 75 sacks every. Okay. Did you get the offense the ball back? Now, the offense, you got to be better when you get it back.
Yes, you do.
And they should be.
By the way, the New Orleans-Atlanta hate, it's all over our text line now. How about this from a texter?
Yeah.
I'm a Saints fan. I can confirm 28-3 is amazing. Also, dude, this is – how would you feel if you're this person? Also, I had to work early that next day. I went to bed, woke up to the greatest news of all time. You turn it off even in a Super Bowl if your team's getting their ass whooped, or you just sit there and deal with it?
Well, he's in New Orleans. He's from New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
So he's just watching Atlanta.
Oh, that's right. He's a Saints fan. He had to work in Atlanta.
Yep.
That's right. So I guess you're hate watching, and then you're like, oh, this isn't going the way I want it. I'll just turn it off.
And then you turn it back on, or you check the score, and they lost? I remember sitting next to a
Turning
guy.
off the Super Bowl is weird.
I am, I'm a football expert, right?
Sure.
Quote unquote.
Yeah.
Sitting next to a guy from the BBC at the Super Bowl, at that game in Houston, and I was teaching him football, right? Because he was like, "Good day, mate," or whatever. That's Australian. That's not English.
That's how he talks.
Anyway, he had bad chiclets, and he was talking to me about tea. I was explaining football to him.
Yeah.
So Julio Jones catches that pass. They're in field goal range, and it's 28-3. And I look at Mr. BBC, and I go, oh, this is over. I'm going to the Falcons locker room. I went to the Falcons locker room, and I watched the rest of the Super Bowl from the losing locker room because I thought I'm going to be there early. I'm going to get a good spot so I could talk to Matt Ryan or whatever. I watched it, and I had to leave the Falcons locker room to go to the Patriots locker room.
Oh, damn.
But I can imagine there's some BBC guy going like, yeah, I went to a Super Bowl, and this moron said it was over.
That's guy's like, I can't remember his kid's name. I got to figure out who this guy was.
He kept saying shrimp on the Barbie. Dude, I'm not from Australia.
I was offended by the end of that. All right, let's check in with Sean Payton. What did he say today after the preseason game in Atlanta and a day of practice? They weren't ramping it up all the way. It was helmets and shorts today. Did he like what he saw out of the offense? Bo and the offense had some success at the latter part of it. Was that enough to get Sean in a good mood? We'll find out together coming up next.
It's Training Camp 2026, Unfinished Business. Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth will kick things off starting at 6 a.m., powered by Applied Future Technologies. Then Dover and Cecil will react live to all the action until 2 p.m. Thanks to Denver Roof Pros and Beyond Dino Law Firm. At 2, The Drive will recap the day thanks to Aero Seal Colorado. Stay locked into Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and DenverSports.com for all the latest news and information during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here, and when I want a meal that's a cut above, I head to Jack's, locally owned with locations on Pearl Street in Denver and the new flagship at Park Meadows Drive in Lone Tree. Jack's serves premium Australian Wagyu, incredible seafood, and chef-driven dry-aged specialties. Stop in for lunch, enjoy social hour from 3 to 5, or make it a memorable date night. And for something extra special, discover the Blind Tiger Speakeasy. Jack's, upscale flavor, comfortable atmosphere.
John's Garage Doors, John's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, CEO of Don's Garage Doors. Here's a question for you. When was the last time you thought about your garage door? Most people never do. The problem is that your garage door may be the hardest working appliance in your home. It opens and closes thousands of times every year, lifting hundreds of pounds each and every time. You change the oil in your car. You service your air conditioner. Your garage door deserves the same attention. A simple tune-up catches worn parts before they fail. A tune-up keeps everything running quietly and can add years of life to your system. And that's why preventative maintenance is one of the smartest investments you can make for your garage door. Garage doors usually warn you before they break. We're here to help before that happens. Call today for a $29.95 tune-up special. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Doors.
John's Garage Doors, John's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
Hey, Robbie and Dino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled about 7,000 cases, over 300 trials. Man, I see so many bad stops on these DUIs, unlawful arrests, the police putting body cams off. The evidence is sketchy. We got to go get the evidence. We go find those cameras, the stores, the ATMs, the banks. We got the experts to challenge their breath tests, their blood tests. My office has over 100 years experience at this stuff. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com or 720-706-5151.
They say age 40 is the new 20, and that's because guys in their 40s and 50s and 60s are walking around with testosterone levels of their 20s. If you want energy, drive, and libido of your younger self, then go to FixMyLowT.com and book your free T-test today.
Hi, I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery, where we believe there's nothing more important than your health. We can't stop time, but we can make your day more efficient, and we can help you get fit and stay fit.
Hey, Broncos country, I'm Terrell Davis. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. Work out on your schedule from the privacy of your own home.
At Fitness Gallery, we have the nation's lowest prices on the highest quality products that stand the test of time.
Imagine this. No more wasting time in traffic, no more crowded gyms. And here's the touchdown play. Get your family involved. Your health is your ultimate MVP, and I know staying fit is not always easy. Whether it's Rod, Carl, or myself, we shop at Fitness Gallery, and you should too. With the right equipment at home, you can train like a pro whenever it suits you. You never regret buying quality. Fitness Gallery sells commercial-grade equipment for the home. It's simply the best.
Invest in your health and happiness with Fitness Gallery. Visit one of our 7 store locations for a free home gym layout and design today.
Max HELOC is a game changer and can lower your bills significantly without affecting your current loan. How much savings depends on your unique situation, but you could borrow $250,000 with a payment option as low as $495 a month. Consolidate your debts and make life a lot easier. We make it easy to save, and you don't need perfect credit either. U.S. Mortgages, and our number says it all, 303 low rate.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Most home sellers get one offer. It's somewhere between lowball and not good enough. Orchard changes that. With Orchard's new Orchard Offers, you don't just get one offer. You get multiple cash offers from serious investors all competing for your home. That's right. Make investors compete with Orchard's cash offer marketplace. Here's how it works. You work with an Orchard agent who submits your home to their exclusive network of hundreds of local cash buyers. They come to you with offers. You review them all and pick the best one on your terms. So you don't have to settle on one offer or worry about leaving money on the table. You see every offer side by side. That's how you know you're getting top dollar. Orchard Offers means no repairs, no showings, no drawn-out process. Before you accept any offer, see them all first. Get a free home valuation and see your offers today with Orchard Offers. Go to Orchard.com. That's orchard.com.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry buys, sells, and services pre-owned Rolex, Cartier, and all luxury Swiss watches. So if you're looking to make a change in your watch collection or just looking to sell, come to Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry, located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
Audible makes traffic less of an annoyance and more of an opportunity for another chapter. Audible, stories that speak to you. New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com.
It's Training Camp 2026, Unfinished Business. Here's Dover and Cecil, powered by Denver Roof Pros and Biondino Law Firm.
It's a good one. Always a good one. Dover and Cecil hanging out till 2 o'clock. The drive's coming in at 2. Those boys were out at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit today. We were told to come back to the studio, and that's what we did. So they'll give you their takeaways, their breakdowns onto what they saw out at Broncos Park today. We will hopefully be back out there tomorrow and Wednesday, and then getting ready for preseason game number 2 against the Packers on Friday. They'll wrap it up the following Friday against Minnesota.
Yo, wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up. I want to hear a little bit of what Sean had to say today out at practice, talking about what it was today, a good practice, and kind of the plan here with Green Bay coming in for the rest of the week.
Back at it with kind of a ramp-up practice. We'll get 2 good days then, tomorrow, Wednesday, and then Thursday's practice will be more Green Bay driven.
All right, so if Thursday's practice is more Green Bay,
okay,
they're going to play on grass, so they'll practice on grass as well. Fans can't be out there. We'll be back in the studio. So, Cease, would you imagine it's like a padded practice the next couple of days and then a light walkthrough for Thursday? Or what do you think we're walking into tomorrow when we get there?
2 days of pads.
I would say so, too.
I think that needs to be 2 days of pads. If you look at this week of preparation, knowing that you're at home, you got that good home cooking, get you 2 days worth of pads. Maybe one day's a little bit heavier than the other. Maybe your heavy day is Tuesday and your lighter day is Wednesday, or maybe it's opposite. But either way, I would fully expect 2 days of pads for this team. As training camp winds down, my only wish is they let fans know if they cancel it, because Kevin, Kiss My Stats, told us that there were fans still walking to practice today that didn't yet know practice had been canceled.
They found out when they arrived.
The Broncos have to do a way better job. They have dropped the ball last week on Wednesday. And listen, they can cancel. Sean will do whatever he wants, but you've got to treat the fans better than people taking the day off to drive and go park at a park and then walk half a mile to get to the facility, and then they turn you around. So that's all mine. 2 days of pads, and if it's open to the public or if it's closed to the public, please let the public know ASAP.
That's who I feel bad for. Is like, I don't know if all schools have started yet for kids, but if a kid has 2 more days off, and you're like, hey, Dad, Mom got us tickets, Auntie, Uncle got us tickets to go watch the Broncos practice, and then you go, oh, I can't? I guess I'll just sit here at my house again for the rest of the day. That's who I feel bad for. Who cares about us? But the kids, that's who got the short straw there. Sean was asked about Friday's game in Atlanta, what they took away when they went back and watched the film.
It was good in a lot of areas. I thought the intent, the focus was good overall. We had some things operationally that you want to make sure you correct. There's enough on there to coach off of, where some techniques we can clean up. But I thought overall, for the first time out, it was good.
And he said it on Friday's press conference after the game. It was a clean operation. It's good. Yeah, you can always correct technique. You can always, hey, you're out of position by a couple yards here. Hey, we want you to be a little more free. Kind of what you've been talking about of the defense. You don't have to just live in your little, this is where you're supposed to be bubble. Take a chance in some of these preseason games. I think that's what they're probably looking for and teaching more here through the preseason.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about this Broncos team, both on offense and defense, is it's great teaching. And a great teacher like Sean Payton on offense, a great teacher like Vance Joseph on defense. So go out there and learn. You're going to learn. You're going to win a lot of games. You just kind of have to take a chew to get there. But it's Sean Payton. You know he loves those teachable moments. And honestly, in observing practice, like practice is practice. I've watched practice for a million years. It's those teachable moments when you have the revelation from a Sean Payton to one of his players that's really special to see, because he loves the kind of like stop practice, or at least while reps are going on, then take a player and like show him stuff. Sean absolutely loves that. And I remember even with Jerry Jeudy, he put a lot of time into Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
I know that fans did not like Jerry Jeudy, but Sean gave him a fair shake. Sean gave him a fair shot
Remember
because
when
Sean took a lot of time with him.
We all thought he was going to be traded, and Sean's like, oh, I'm not ready to give up on a player like that
Right,
yet.
right. I mean, that's significant. And so because of that, Sean's looking for those teachable moments. And then maybe a player will listen and be better than Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, it turns out he's still not listening. Being shipped off to Cleveland didn't teach him the lesson.
Cleveland's a bad spot for Jerry Jeudy. I'm shocked.
That he should have been learning all along. All right, Sean also asked about the defensive side of it. You mentioned the Karani Reed big tip deflection going to Jahdae Barron. Jahdae taking it 97 yards for a house call. He was asked about that play and young linebacker Red Murdoch, what he saw on Friday night.
Good snaps, valuable snaps, both on defense, and so it was good. It was good exposure for them, part of the process, but we did a lot of things we wanted to accomplish, and so it was good to see those guys get the work.
Cecil, if I put Red Murdoch, Karani Reed, and Lavelle Bailey into a little hat, can any of them survive on the practice squad? Or are each of those guys going to have to find a spot on the 53 to not be poached from another NFL team? Because I'm worried about all three.
Yeah.
And all three should be on the team.
You should be. And what's interesting is a lot of teams love what they have. It depends on your front office. I'm always worried about a guy like Howie Roseman because he's going to look everywhere for that help, and you've got to look out for that. So if you're the Broncos, the best thing is get him on the 53. However, I've seen it a million times where sometimes teams are just happy with who they have, remarkably, even if their guys aren't as good, and that might be the case, but why take the chance? Get him on the 53 if you can fit him on the 53, and that's the problem with this Broncos team. It's too many questions. They're pretty sacked in a lot of places, and there's going to be a lot of tough decisions coming up.
Well, it's like you always want to be deep in the trenches on both sides of the ball. You always want to be deep with the cornerbacks. And then you go, do I have to sacrifice for one of the most needed depth spots because we're so talented at another group? And then you have to just cross your fingers and hope that doesn't bite you on the ass at some point throughout a 6-month season?
Yeah, you've got to watch out for that, and that's what George Payton, you get the big bucks for.
I guess so. George getting paid all the money to figure all that part out. Like I said, Red Murdoch maybe sees something. He looked really good on Friday night. He's going to play in the next 2 preseason games. Even if he were to look the same that he did on Friday night in the next 2 preseason games, there's going to be a team that goes, oh, well, we're thin at that position. He can tackle. He can force fumbles. He can call the plays as a rookie. Somebody's going to snatch that dude up pretty quick.
Yeah. Going to snatch him up quick, and, well, guess what? You're George Payton. You got to get used to guys getting stripped from your roster, which should, kind of look forward to what you're going to possibly have when you win the Super Bowl. That's when you're really going to get plucked.
I just got to hear this because it's a 1-second answer from Sean when he was asked if Murdoch did a good job.
He did a good job, yeah.
That's it. Hey, Coach, did Murdoch do a good job on Friday night?
He did a good job, yeah.
All right, cool.
We're going to save that drop. Save that drop because we can do anything. We can say that for anything, right?
Oh, that's
Jared
right.
Stidham, chest pass. What do you think, Coach?
He did a good job, yeah.
Really? Chest pass. Okay. Jillian McLaughlin fumbling, Coach. What do you think?
He did a good job, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's definitely keep that one around
for sure.
a little while. A couple more things to hear from Sean about the deflection and the play to get Jahdae going the other way. We'll get into that coming up next.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery and Monarch Construction and Roofing.